praying hands with deep scars and worn out boots. Sharpening our knives, memories of standing in the storm that couldn't knock us down. Nighttime falls as phone calls wake the night. A trembling voice shakes the ground. Calling to let us know the beasts of the field are here. The fire in our eyes are lit once again. Our tracker names carry weight and are legit and have grit. They come with a warning label. They are steel carriers loaded to the core that will seal fate's door. So steer clear and stay away, or keep your date with fate and destiny today. With each call, lone country roads lead them into the hills, where the night has its own set of rules. No equal ground, and every sound is not what it seems to be. Colder and colder, the dark gets bolder, moving in to see what it can do. Then it whispers from the dark and calls your name. We are only one call away. Hearing footsteps follow you from the dark hollow, where the wind howls and shadows disappear. There will come times when demons seem too strong, making it hard to breathe and tell others what you're going through. But we know where you're going, because we had to walk that road too. There is no dusting us, we will track them down today to stop it from coming around. There will be no easy meal found here, just know we know so. Don't count us out, count us in, we're all in. Deal the cards and let them fall where they may. We are only one call away. Make that call and see our shining lights coming over the horizon, heading straight to you. Many friends have asked, how long will you stay with me? We smile and say, until it's over. Look into the sky, it's blackbirds, give it away. Our shooting eyes show its demise. Make a sound for us, speak your mind. Growl to watch our fingers twitch as we zero in. Pulling the iron, for out here there is no room for mistakes and no second place. And one by one we will watch them fall, showing you our love by riding into the night, into any fight for you. So call when you need a friend, and we will be there every time, anywhere, day or night. We are only one call away, just one call. And we are on our way to you. We are only one call away.
So we're on our way in a snowstorm to go try to find someone that's lost in the woods. Y'all say a prayer. Proverbs 27:17. Iron sharpens iron, so a man sharpens the countenance of his friend. And we'll pray. Father, we thank you that you allow us to sharpen our brothers and sisters in Christ, to sharpen our friends. We thank you for the people that you put in our lives to sharpen us, and we thank you that you, your Son, the Holy Spirit, sharpens all of us. We know that we need to be sharp in these times, and we thank you for it. We're so grateful to you, Father, for this platform, for all the exciting things that you just let us play a part in, that you let us play a part in being able to protect people, Lord. What more honorable thing can there be to do? We thank you so much, Father, just for all the ways that you're here for us and that you take care of us and lead us and you go before us and behind us and you surround us on all sides. We love you, Father. Thank you. In Jesus' name, the name of your Son, Yeshua. Amen.
Amen. Okay, let me get this up. Let's see. Where are we at? 'Cause, we've had in our tracker meeting. We let our trackers know what we've been doing, and we've been kind of busy, but we're making it back around, I guess you could say.
We love being busy.
Yeah, and we still got a lot to do. There's a lot of things we're working on, a lot of things coming up that's going to be beneficial for everyone as far as the information that's coming up in the future. We have a book signing that's coming up this Saturday. Oh, I don't have the flyer up. You have it? Just 1 second, please. And it's good to see everybody again. We know it's been a while.
At the Antlers Public Library this coming Saturday, from 10 to 1, we'll be doing a book signing. I'm looking for the flyer now. We've been putting it out all week.
Oh, I thought you sent it to me.
I'm still looking for it. Been posting it in groups and everything. Here. And so at the book signing, we will be showing the Bigfoot documentary, followed by a Q&A, and then we will do the book signing. I'm going to go to the library's page.
I'm going to use that one that you got.
Okay. And it's super easy. There's one main traffic light in town, and you turn left at the, well, if you're
Albuquerque.
heading which way? Would you turn left?
It's the side with the Mexican restaurant.
Yeah.
Middle of town.
Turn to the little road with the Mexican restaurant, and it's you dead end at the library. There's parking in the back. And
Front and the back, yeah.
Uh-huh. And the librarian is just as excited as we are.
Oh, yeah. We went to go and talk with them. We got some more flyers. We had a radio interview last week. She all the librarians heard the stream, and we're very excited, and we're excited, and there's people in the neighborhood excited, and we've got people coming in, some from Texas, some from 3-4 hours out. Let me take these off.
He's got to remove some photos before we can add more. So it's going to be a good day. And she actually cleared some time after that. The library itself closes at 1, but we'll be in the room across the hall from the library section, same building. And she said that she will stay as long as she can afterwards. And we have a stickball game afterwards to go to, but we can stay a little longer.
Yeah, they're not going to scoot us out at 1 o'clock. They said that we could stay a little bit later if we want.
Just know if you stay longer, you got to help us load everything back into the truck. So.
Yeah, and paint the house, and do the dishes, and
mop the floor.
No. But here's the for the book signing, Antlers Public Library, 104 Southeast 2nd Street, Antlers, Oklahoma, 74523. Meet local authors and documentarians Jerry and Ella Williams from 10 to 1 p.m. Saturday, May 16th, 2026. We're going to be showing the Bigfoot documentary. We've taken that off of YouTube for now. We're going to be showing the Bigfoot documentary. We're going to be having a Q&A, but I think there's going to be some people who want to share some information about things that are happening with them. And we're going to welcome people to share, not ours, but, get up there and share what's going on with you or what has went on with you. But it'll be a good time. We're going to have a Q&A. Ask any kind of question you want to ask. If you went to this is not a conference. It's not a festival or anything. It's a book signing.
We're going to have a conversation.
Yeah. So if you went to
afterwards.
Any kind of research or any kind of festival, any kind of conference, and you asked any of the book writers or whoever they are, researchers, whatever, if you asked them a question that they couldn't answer, this would be the time to make it here and ask us, and we will give you that answer.
Because that did happen to us. We did one vending thing at a festival, and there were people that were coming outside saying, I need to ask y'all because I asked in there and nobody knows. So
well, they actually came up and asked us questions, and we just told them. And they said, these guys in here asked that same question. They wouldn't tell me. They didn't know.
We ain't scared to say what we think.
They kind of went around it, and we're going, well, that's them in there. Those are the people who are paid to go to these things. We're not paid. We're out here vending. It's hot. We're out here in the heat. They're inside with the air conditioner, and we're the one with the answers, and we're the one to give it to you.
But we're fine with that. We love how we roll.
Yeah. But it was. I mean, we had people at our table just talking to us, asking questions. They couldn't get the answer, and there's maybe 4 or 5 book writers and researchers in there, if not more, and none of them could answer their questions. And we're just having a casual talk and giving them the answers. And they're like, those guys in there, they don't know what they're talking about. So
we're excited. We'll have all 3 books plus the 2 Spanish versions, so 5 books total there.
I'm going to put them up on the screen real fast.
Sign those. Predator, Bigfoot, and the Spiritual Warrior's Path. Ready? Bigfoot Gifters. Monster Spotters. That's for the children. That is. And all these books are also there to check out at the library. And
Spanish version, Pa Grande el Depredador y el Sendero de Guerrero y Spiritual.
Ooh.
Y the Español Libra, Las Ofrendas de Pa Grande por nosotros más español habla gente.
We want everybody to be safer, and so those are the books we'll have. And if you buy 3, we'll cut you a special deal.
And it's to make people safer, and that's why we're having
Yeah.
the book signing. We also talked to another, we're not going to say the name right now, but we talked to another library who is very interested also to have a book signing there as well, because we are still kind of local in these areas, big surrounding area, 100 miles at least. So we may be at other libraries.
Yeah. She said that'll be in September because that's how far out they have to schedule. But
And also said that the library community is a very small world because they all know each other. They all have a get together. I think once a month or something. They have a. I know they get together because I think the Antlers Library was talking about it one time. But we're going to be doing that. So big plans. That's this Saturday.
it'd be a great way to meet people in the community or that can get here close enough to get here and talk about what's going on in your areas.
And we will be having video and photos of what people say you can't get a picture of or you can't get video of. We have that. And we're going to answer any question you got. And we have got some great people who's going to be there. Good friends, people who's had encounters, trackers. It's going to be a good time. We're going to just have a great time with it.
Yeah, we're excited.
Yeah. So,
And it's a great library.
and if you have any questions or if you've had any encounters in the Antlers and surrounding areas, that's included. That's basically including Oklahoma, because it's not real far away,
Even
3 to 4 hours.
Texas and Arkansas.
Yep, Texas, Arkansas, and those borders, Broken Bow, Durant, places like that. Because we have been in those areas and we have tracked. We know they're there. So if you have any, you may. I think there was somebody who wanted to show us some pictures of what they have. I can't remember who it was.
The librarian was saying she has a woman that got very excited about her books and said that she just saw one run across the road recently. She and her husband both saw it. So she may be there.
Yeah. So it's going to be.
We don't know whether to expect 20 or 75. You know, we'll buy a few cookies as much as we can afford, but eat before you come, and then later you can eat afterward. Between 10 and 1, you should be okay.
Yeah,
We'll buy water.
Yeah, there's
just
a
have
lot
no
of
way to
people that
predict.
break the cookies in half. And
We
share
don't
it
want to
out.
have to clean up all your food.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, because I think we're going to be having to do a clean
oh,
up.
grab our bill.
Oh, okay. She's getting. Well, I don't think we're going to need it really tonight.
Need it tonight?
No, because
Okay, yeah,
tonight we're.
We like this guy.
Yeah, we're. But he does have a few things that he's missing. He's on the right track. He's doing a lot of good things out there, but we just want to critique it and
Answer some questions he has.
Yeah.
And make sure he's more safe and the people listening to him are more safe.
Yeah, just to keep him safe, and that's our deal. Who was it? Yeah, that's what we're talking about. We just want to keep people safe, especially everywhere. But we have neighbors around here, people I grew up with, family, and family is some of the hardest people to convince and talk with.
Just ask Jesus.
Because we all grew up together, but they don't go out in the woods like I do. They don't. My family, they don't want hunting season. They'll go out, shoot from the car, or they got a deer feeder. So that's not what I call hunting. But they'll say, "Well, I've been out in the woods too." Okay, yeah, but have you tracked? Have you looked for those little breaks? Have you looked for that scuffed moss? Have you see that impression? Even a half track, things like that. They don't do that. They walk out.
But it's so easy. Once we take people out and show them the patterns, they'll remember it the rest of their lives.
Yeah.
And, you know, if they will open their eyes and receive the information, and that's what we hope to do. That's what we will do, is give specific, detailed, intelligent information on how to deter these things, how to recognize if the predators are in your area, and how to deter them from your area, so that you, your pets, your livestock, your children, your property will be more safe. That's our goal.
Your hair looks really good.
Thank you, Jerry. He trimmed it for me. I did a hatchet job the other day, and then I told him, like, I look like Florence Henderson. Remember that? I got a mullet going on, and he came at me with the scissors to help me out.
What?
And he
Edward
did.
Scissorhands.
He
Have you
did.
seen that movie?
Yeah, he only got me once. Only one little nip. I felt. No, it was up here. I felt, but I'm happy with it. It looks much better, much healthier. And we're going to be growing out the gray, but we got to be trimming out the other in the meantime.
And I didn't have the proper scissors. That's why she got a little nick right there.
No, he came with the house scissors, and I'm like,
Yeah. Garden shears. I got it. But I did learn a little from a beautician. One of my friends, his mom owned a beautician in the cosmetology school, and she would give us haircuts for free because we were friends. And she'd tell us, this is how you do this, and this is how you do this, and this is how you layer, and feather and spike, and so I just retained all that information. Yeah. So whenever I don't like to,
I have two daughters that are cosmetologists or beauticians, and I learned nothing. I learned absolutely nothing.
And I didn't charge her. She's family, so. But if I did, that's about a $250 job.
Oh,
at least. No, but I just noticed your hair on the screen. I thought, that looks pretty good.
Can we go to comments?
Oh, okay.
Please.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to go to comments, and we're going to see who's out here. And then we're going to begin, and we're going to talk about this young man before we get started. And guess who is first?
Tracker Lorna.
Take a guess.
That's my guess.
Tracker Lorna. She says, hi, Elite Tracker E.
Tracker Lorna the punctual.
She is. 727. First
There's
one.
Tracker B. Bernice.
Tracker B.
Says, can't wait.
All right. JR.
There's JR saying, hi, Lorna. Howdy, y'all.
War Chief.
There's War Chief, also a very punctual man.
Yeah.
Halito, Osio, and Ola. Jerry Lead Horse Choctaw Williams. Ella Lead Tracker E. Williams. Warrior Trackers and Shadow and Thunder Trackers and friends.
All right.
Tracker Lorna says, hi, JR. Kelly made it into the room. She said, good evening, everyone. Break time. Whoop, whoop. No whooping around here.
Is she whooping? Is she
Kelly,
whooping?
no whooping.
Is she whooping?
Kelly says, hi to War Chief Tracker C. War Chief says, halito to Kelly. Kelly says, I just love that tracker patch. We do too.
We do too.
Kelly says, hi, Lead Tracker E and Jerry.
If anybody's ever looked that verse up, it's about going into the battle, not going away from it. Going into it, because we have to do that. A lot of people depend on what we do.
Kelly says, hi, Lead Tracker E and Jerry. Peculiar Path with Lead Tracker E. That's my channel. Please subscribe to that. It just stays there at, what is it, 9:59? 9:59.
I know.
Go down 3 and then go back up.
I know that feeling.
Anyway, that's our verse for tonight. Proverbs 27:13 is iron sharpens iron, so a man sharpens his friend.
And that's what we're doing tonight. And we've all the trackers that we're all together. We're all sharpening each other. Every tracker meeting we have, we're all sharing information.
Somebody learned something.
Yeah, we all get better. We all get better. We all get better. And we're all there for each other.
And we hope that's the case with this channel too, that every time you watch, you learn
Learn
not
something.
just one thing, but many things.
Yeah.
That's me saying, hey, Kelly.
Tracker Kelly.
Kelly.
Elastic
Kelly's
Machinery.
smiling. Elastic Machinery. Howdy, y'all. How you doing?
Howdy, y'all. Kelly is giving a big smiley, winky face.
People.
Oh, it says howdy, y'all. Elastic Machinery. And you know, it's kind of funny sometimes I'll say smiley, winky face and things like that. But, you know, if we was in the boxing ring, you know.
He'd take it a whole different way.
Yeah, I'd be like, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Ward Chief says, Hallie Toe at Elastic Machinery. Night
Night
Stars is here.
Stars.
Saying
Kelly's
hi.
saying hi.
Kelly saying hi to Night Stars. Night Stars is saying hi. Lead Tracker E and Jerry. Tracker Lorna says amen. Night Star says hi, Kelly. I said it. Hey, everyone. Thank you for being here. War Chief says Hallie Toe at Night Stars. Bernard is here.
Bernard.
Says, now my day is fulfilled. Greetings, trackers. Greetings,
Right.
Bernard. Glad you're
Greetings,
here.
Bernard.
War Chief says, Hallie Toe at Bernard. Bernard saying hello to Night Stars and
War Chief.
greetings to War Chief.
Oh, okay.
Kelly saying hi to Bernard. And he's saying hugs and greetings to Kelly. Kelly saying, same for me, Bernard. So grateful to be here.
Uh-oh.
Bernard saying, I'm driving through Wyoming in snow. I've driven through Wyoming in snow like that. Yeah.
Boy, it just
And
gets
the video doesn't do it justice at all, does it, Bernard?
Mesmerizing or hypnotizing.
It is hypnotic, yeah.
I had to keep looking off the side of the road because every time I
It
looked
felt
at
like you're going into a vortex.
yeah.
Bernard says, felt like I was in space on 18 wheels. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
War Chief says, safe travels, brother. There's Scott.
Hey,
Scott, we sure hope
Scott.
you're in and we might see your smiling face and maybe your lovely ladies.
Hopefully you'll
too.
be in Saturday for the
Maybe.
book signing.
I keep hoping.
Yeah, she's brought it up a couple times. I don't know if he's in this area, but.
And he says, hey there to War Chief and Lead Tracker E, Jerry and friends. And Kelly says, hi, Scott. War Chief says, amen. Scott says, amen. Tracker Lorna says, amen. Scott says, hello, Kelly. War Chief says, Hallie Toe Marine. Bernard says, lovely dude. Lead Tracker E, thank you. Scott says, Hallie Toe, brother. Kelly says, the book signing is so exciting. We are excited. Yeah. First one. War Chief says, like the first one out in the public like that.
He says, how's the food in the Mexican restaurant? It's pretty good, I would say.
It is, but it's kind of expensive.
Especially for antlers. Yeah, it shouldn't be that much. Usually it's $24 for two people. And this one's like $40 for two people. But there is another Mexican
occasion for us to go there.
There is another Mexican restaurant in town too.
Yeah.
I think they're cheaper. I think.
Yeah.
But pretty good food.
Bernard says blessings are being delivered to you and y'all's efforts. Great feeling. Publicity is always nice. Thank you. Thank you, Bernard.
Thank you, Bernard.
Wow, PJ Arkansas.
PJ Arkansas.
Check out her channel.
Check her out.
And we will be doing a Watching Wednesday on hers, but she's like this man. She doesn't know that. I sent her a message today. Sweet, sweet lady. A genuine person. Really like her channel. Can tell that she's trying to learn and get the information.
And
We're very excited you're here. Thank you.
A genuine person.
And you got stuff going on there for sure. You're definitely not crazy. I don't know if you wondered if you were or not. Some people might try to make you think you are, but so glad you're here. And we are going to do a Watching Wednesday on some, maybe your most recent one, but it won't be like our some of our older Watching Wednesdays don't get freaked out because some of those people just really irritate us because they're giving terrible advice. You're not. You're just saying, what is this?
Yeah,
what is that?
What is
And,
this?
you know, you're not leading people into danger. So we're really, thank you for being here.
And also, if you would like to um, subscribe to her channel and keep up with what she's doing,
Yeah.
this is a room full of trackers. It's a tracker channel. A lot of Bigfoot experts are in this room. We all know what's going on, and so you can get a lot of information here. And so subscribe to her channel. I mean, if you've been with us for a while and you know that you can help her with some of the things that she may have questions
With your
about.
comments.
help
Matter of
her.
fact, she said I'd left a comment, but she couldn't see it. So, yeah.
But if you don't know what's going on, please don't go give an opinion or a suggestion.
Which she hadn't been. Yeah.
No. I meant
Yeah.
someone from this channel. You know, because
Right.
we're
Right. We don't want to confuse anyone.
no, but if you know exactly what's going on, pebble throwing, what does this, and things like that, if you know, you can help her out. But if you don't know, don't go over there and start giving her opinions or suggestions. Like a lot of people that we don't choose to communicate with would tell her to go gift and go do this and go do that, and that's not a good thing to do. So,
Right. Or, yeah, try to set her up, put her right into a trap.
but this is a room full of trackers,
And
and
you would be able to tell in 2 minutes that this is just a genuinely good lady.
yeah, you
Some
will be.
people just have that aura about them, and she's one of them. Kelly says, welcome.
Welcome,
Yeah,
PJ.
welcome, PJ. War Chief says, Hallie Toe to PJ. Bernice says, hey, everyone.
Bernice.
That's Tracker B.
Tracker B.
Tracker Lorna says, hi to Bernice. Bernice is saying, hey, Tracker Lorna. War Chief says, Pam, are y'all still having activity on y'all's properties? So on y'all's
PJ?
property. So maybe War Chief already knows her channel.
Oh,
Oh, there
is
you
your
go.
name? Oh,
PJ says, War Chief, yes, we are. Yes, sir, we are.
okay. Armando.
Armando, how you doing?
Hola, ¿cómo está?
Glad you're here.
Bendiciones.
War Chief says, Hallie Toe to Armando.
Armando.
And War Chief says, I met Armando, right? Yeah. Kelly says, I love your new dude. Thank you, Kelly.
There you go.
Tracker Lorna says, hey, War Chief Tracker C. And she says, hey to
I'm not for hire.
hi to Kelly. Tracker
So we have the
says,
tracker meeting. Don't everybody line up, get in the chair, and say, let's fix my hair. No.
Tracker Lorna is saying hi to Armando and PJ. Or maybe we should be saying Pam.
Okay, Pam.
Tracker Lorna says hi to Elastic Machinery. War Chief saying Hallie Toe to Tracker Lorna. And Tracker Lorna saying hi to Bernard and Night Stars and Scott. And she says Wi-Fi bumped her off, but she's back on for now. Good.
Oh, good.
PJ says, glad to be here. And this isn't my channel logo. My channel is PJ Arkansas Sasquatch, Giants of the Woods. And yes, I need all the help I can get, LOL. Okay, so y'all figure that out and get the link, or you can put your link in there if it'll, I'm not sure if it'll allow you to, but
You can
if you're
put
not
your,
a moderator, but you can try to put your link in the chat.
and
We're good with that. We wouldn't let everybody, but we'll let you.
Yeah.
War Chief says, yes, I know I'm a subscriber of your channel. Okay, good.
Okay,
War
good.
Chief subscribes to everybody.
He knows
He knows what's up.
everybody.
Kelly says, hi, Tracker Lorna. And Pam or PJ, War Chief is one of our trackers.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, I don't gift, do calls, or knocks. I believe there is more to these beings. That's exactly why we know you're intelligent.
Yeah.
And she says, hi to everyone who said hi. I'm multitasking, LOL. Well, I was multitasking when I sent her a message earlier today. I was text talking.
I heard that message.
I sent an email, and
I was like,
it sounded great when I was saying it, And then I sent it because I'm like, I meant to send it last week to invite her to the book signing. But then I went back and proofread after it was already sent. I was like, oh, wow, she could muddle through that. She did well. She was very gracious. Okay.
So tonight is fair use, top.
Right there, fair use up there. Fair
Corner.
use. This is for education
Right there.
and critique, just for teaching
Critiquing.
people. That's our.
But we like this guy.
We do.
Hey, there's
We do.
just a few things that
We've only
he's.
seen this one thing of him, but some people you just get an idea about. This episode, he has his own channel. His name is Josh Smith, but right now he's on A Flash of Beauty, and that's what we're watching tonight. It's him talking on Flash of Beauty and trying to figure things out as he talks. And that's where we can get into danger, because we might give opinions. Some people give opinions, or I think this and I think that, but if you're given enough information to put people in danger if they don't listen to everything that you've said, and they walk out of the room when you say, well, this and this and this and this, but I don't know, what do you think? When you get, well, if they're not there for the but I don't know, what do you think? Then they collected that other information, and now they pass it on to someone, and they pass it on to someone. So we want to be very careful with our thinking out loud. Do those around the dinner table. Come to the book signing and do it, and we'll talk about it there. Talk about it when you're camping with your friends, but don't get on a huge platform
With 30,000,
and give a bunch of
37,000
opinions.
views.
Yeah, that are going to get people hurt.
Yeah.
Um,
Just tell exactly what happened.
yes, and leave it at that. Don't
Leave it at
don't
that.
say I think, maybe, possibly, could be. That's where, not on that format. That's what we're trying to say.
Yeah.
So, but what we like about his channel, and from reading the some of the comments that were on this Flash of Beauty about him, you can tell he's got loyal fans that just think the world of him, and that it's important to him to let people talk and work through their trauma from these predators, and we love that.
Yeah.
People need that.
Just the suggestions that, or the opinions and things like that, I would leave that out until you know exactly
Yeah.
what you're dealing with.
Yeah.
And also, again, to anyone who may need some information, these books, especially the ones for the book signing, the Bigfoot Spiritual Warriors Paths is on Amazon, and this is for people who try or think about doing the gifting. And this is the children's book, Monster Spotters. So all these books are important information. If you put all these books together, you will know more than any other researcher out there. I can guarantee you that.
You'll be safer.
And we have Lee Tracker always tells me, don't talk about the book that we hadn't finished, because everybody knows it's been about a year almost. And,
I'm just saying, don't give them a date, because
but that other book that we're trying to get together and get finished, but we just keep getting busy and other things come up, that it's very, very important that this book gets out, to know more,
even
more that
level up even more.
we haven't put that information out yet, but some of our trackers know exactly what's we're writing about, and it's not the best thing, but it's important that you know it to keep you safe. And
And
we'll
remember that everything is spiritual.
everything is spiritual. All right, so
Now we got to flip the laptop around. Oh, War Chief said he's also a subscriber of Josh Smith's channel.
all right,
Good.
he seems to be a good guy. We like him. It's just that, well, you'll see, and we'll stop
Yeah.
and we'll talk about
Yeah.
it. So
Well, we won't be dinging the bell on him
no,
and getting angry with him.
no, he's on the right track. There's just a few little things that
Yeah.
are. So we're gonna just turn everything and change and turn off the lights and get everything ready.
So give us
Uh,
just a minute.
So we're just gonna play this Bigfoot video tracking song, and we'll be right back.
Grab your drinks and your
Yeah,
snack.
Won't take us no time at all.
Because there won't be any at the book signing.
No. Maybe.
Footsteps walking when I do, I hear the sound, but see nothing as I look around. I see many eyes shining, following everywhere I go. Every time I look in the dark, they're looking at me. A foul smell in the air as people walk around without a care. Shadows in the corner of my eye, but when I turn to look, there is nothing there. A blur passes by, but what do I see? Only that who calls my name from the forest, the same as my father do. My hair stands up on the back of my neck. I feel sick and dizzy now, disoriented, spinning around. A large wolf on 2 feet follows me, lurking and smirking from tree to tree, whistling for me to look as the clawed hand waves. My body tries to tremble, but I'm staying brave. Something sways back and forth, I look away. I remember my mother always told me that when I hear and see this in the woods or around town, I am to sound the alarm, but let others know predator Bigfoots are hunting, and I should go and let her know. My father knows what to do as he calls to other men too. Mothers find their children and let them know to stay close. Stay in the house and pull the shades down. Hold your breath and don't make a sound. On from the teaser before the predator Bigfoots are back and hungry for more. Man and woman form lines to clear the land. The brushes beat as townspeople walk from the street to the wood line, moving slow into the woods now, making no sound as a gifting tree is found. Food and children's items with sales and flowers too. Why would someone do this to our town? Putting us all in danger. The shoes of a stranger are seen. Someone has been feeding predator Bigfoots near our family's home. Trees bowed and pulled down, sharpened spikes placed in the ground as the forest goes quiet. Not a bird, cricket, or frog. The trees are still, the forest has a chill. Weapons now ready as all know the sign that predator Bigfoots are around. Now it's a trap as he slaps on a tree. A whoop over there and a breath next to me. Now whoops everywhere behind every tree. A raven's call, but that's not all. Coyote sounds, how his broken branches are heard. The babies cry, I hear a hoot, and an owl flies by a call for help. Then the sound of a scream, like a dream will come to the reality of now. Predator Bigfoots all around. They didn't make a sound till now. We all know, put the sight at his head to slow their charge. People run from fear as others stand clear, calm in their aim as the ground is now stained. The forest now quiet as only few walk away. Now we look for the one who gifted the predators our town.
Okay, give us 1 second. Let me make sure I got this right here. There we go. All right, let's get this set up. About the best we're going to get. Let me get a little closer. There we go. Okay, so this is Josh Smith. Like we said, we like his channel. Seems to be a good guy. We're just going to critique his work. He's got just a few things that we wouldn't do. And a lot of our trackers will, I mean, they know what we're talking about. They will, and also trackers, you can also help out tonight. PJ said, War Chief Josh is a good guy. I love his channel too. And War Chief putting a thumbs up. Yeah, we like Josh too. But we're going to have to critique the work tonight, and you'll see exactly what we're talking about. So everybody bear with us, and we're going to go ahead and begin.
I went to start my Forerunner, and the second I put my hand on my steering wheel, I hear mine speak, which that sounds absolutely crazy.
Then I'm going to rewind this so I can back it up and turn it up. I didn't know it was so low. I'm going to put it on to about 75 for everybody.
I went to start my Forerunner, and the second I put my hand on my steering wheel, I hear mine speak, which that sounds absolutely crazy. I never thought I'd ever experience that, but I hear these 3 words: I see you, just like that. Was not my voice, was not me. It felt, I felt violated.
Okay, so everybody knows what that is, and
Well, our trackers. do.
our
Regular
trackers do.
viewers, yeah.
Now, if our trackers can tell me what we do to prevent that,
Or if it happens.
and if you know what page that is on, because I'm looking for it in the book.
The mind protection technique?
Well, the trackers now, they know. I mean, everybody knows. So
Yeah.
I was hoping they would tell us.
Oh, sorry.
Um,
Ooh, I know.
Yeah, Lee Tracker, he knows. He said, I know. So we was wanting some of the trackers to respond and help us out.
Or our regular viewers with the book.
Yeah, or the regular viewers, anyone with the book. And also, if you could tell us what page in the Predator Bigfoot and Spiritual Warriors Path book, and as Lead Tracker he said, in this book right here, what page is, as Lead Tracker he said, the mind protection technique. I'm going to tilt this up a little bit so it doesn't go out. There we go. It's called the mind protection technique, and what he just described is what we train, what the trackers train, or how they train to prevent this. And
Copy.
maybe Lead Tracker will read this to us. This is
Don't hit the copy.
okay. We'll give everybody just a second and see if you got the answer to what page this is on. Mental silence. Good. Good. Mental silence. And we're going to explain that. It's on Mind Protection Technique in the Predator Bigfoot and Spiritual Warriors Path book.
Worth
Oh.
using. There it is. It starts on page 196, we're not going to read the whole thing because I don't think we will. We'll see how fast it goes. The mind protection technique. The MPT or mind protection technique consists of protecting the mind and body by stopping outside frequencies or influences from entering the open mind. In parentheses, see thresholds, another section of the book. The predator Bigfoots and their hybrids count on people not knowing how to protect their own mind from invasion. Invasion of the mind consists of projecting words, images, and emotions to unknowing and unsuspecting people. This predator projection is commonly known as mind speak. Mind speak is when the predator Bigfoot hybrid or demon has made a mental connection to a person. The unknowing person begins to hear voices, short word usage, or phrases. Images of other people confuse, lead, or disrupt clear thinking to enable the predator to feed upon a person through the mind or the physical body. Do not allow this to happen. Protect yourself through prayer, the full armor of God, and by practicing and using the mind protection technique. When a mental connection has been made, it is indicated by thoughts that are not that of the person affected. There may be actual voices inside or outside the affected person's head. These may be visions, projected images, or nightmares. They may include intense emotions such as fear, anxiety, despair, lust, or anger. But the tricky part is they may not always be negative emotions. For an isolated or abused person, the predator may pretend to be a guardian. Do not let this fool you. For trackers in the field, we recommend the mind protection technique. Before using this technique, tell your body what it needs to do, such as get back to the car or get back to the house, etc. This works much the same as when you are driving on autopilot and don't even remember most of the drive, but your body memory got you there. Then close off all thoughts and do not think of the past, present, or future in your mind. Do not allow any internal dialogue whatsoever. When the mind protection technique is in place, this develops a barrier around the body and mind. Nothing from the outside world can enter when your shield is up. Anything projected at you will be reflected back to the place of origin. It is better to practice this when you are not out in the field and under stress. As you go about daily routines, practice having a silent mind. This is not the same as open-minded meditation, which can be dangerous. It is the opposite. Neither of these things are a believer's prayer, which is communication between you and the one who made you, Almighty God. Always start with that. Be sure to follow through at home with any completion steps needed to close off any doorways opened. Do not allow yourself to dream when you go to bed. We are particularly vulnerable during our dream state. Pray the Lord's protection over yourself before you sleep. Tell your body, do not dream. It will take practice, but you can do it. If you feel yourself falling into a dream, wake yourself up or pull yourself back out of the dream. If you do dream or have a nightmare, wake yourself up or say the name of Jesus, Yeshua, and it will stop the dream. If you wake up, get up, wash your face, use the restroom, pray, and do not go back to sleep in the same location or position. Move to another part of the bed and sleep on the other side of the body that dreamt. Change the position or sleep on your left side. If you just roll over and go straight back into sleep, you will just start dreaming again. Control yourself, your body, and your dreams. Just as you should carefully protect your physical points of entry into your home or dwelling, you should also protect your spirit and mind from any points of entry. The areas mentioned below are not all inclusive, and some are not always a problem, but they can serve as a starting point for investigation. Reflect on the list below and decide if you have any threshold breaks which need to be mended. And that goes into the next chapter, where we talk about threshold breaks.
So what happened to Josh was and a lot of people do this because they just don't know that you have to have control of your mind. You have to also have control of your body, but your mind, if you leave it open, these things will try to communicate with you. And there's so many researchers out there who give people the wrong information. They'll they'll say, go out and try to talk to her. Go out there and try to communicate with it.
Go out there and tell them, I'm not here to harm you. I'm just here. I just want to pass through. Thank you.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of thing.
If you do that, you're inviting that demon, that thing, to get into your mind and make a connection with you. And that thing can stay in your mind and communicate with you, and it will eventually tell you some of them are good and some of them are bad.
Mm-hmm.
And when that happens, it's going to confuse people. It's going to confuse whoever has let these things in that mind. And like you said, he felt violated. These things don't have permission to invade someone's mind. But if that person doesn't know how to protect their mind, or if they openly dream, and like we talk about, don't be dreaming either. Dreams are worlds. They're real worlds. People die in dreams. People get lost in dreams. These things.
People get negative spiritual attachments in dreams.
And dreaming is a two-way door. You go in, when you come back to your body, these things can follow you. They can come through too. So you've got to stop dreaming too.
Astral projection would be another
Yeah.
way to get things attached to you to follow you back home.
And when people astral project, they're leaving their body. And when that door is open and left unattended, demons come through and they'll fill that body up. They might not say anything for years, not try to take over for years, because they've got a place to feed off that energy.
God's children don't need to be remote viewing. They don't need to be taking their advice from remote viewing. That's a human Ouija board.
Or trying to communicate with a predator. And when these predators get in your mind and everything, they don't want to leave. They want to stay right where they're at. So Josh unknowingly let this thing get into his mind. And when I say unknowingly, I mean he didn't know, because this thing got into his mind and he said he felt violated. Like this thing just came in. And that's what these demons do. That's what these predators do. They're not going to tell you the ingredients on how to bake a cake, but they do know short phrases to communicate. They're not talking, they're mimicking for a response.
Emotion, yeah, and they'll do the picture images and the things like that. Or like the one lady we saw in here, we did a Watching Wednesday where it wanted her to come outside in the middle of the night. And she asked, have you eaten human flesh?
Have you tasted human
And
flesh?
it said, yes, come outside, I'm hungry. Duh.
And she said no.
But until then, she was all about being a Bigfoot lover. And really, even after that, and a lot of times people would justify it in their mind. So they might, like, not saying this in Josh's case, but I felt violated. I felt scared. I was nervous. But then they go start talking to these Bigfoot gifters and these bad advice people, and they'll convince
Go to those
them,
conferences.
you're just afraid of the unknown. It's just this. It's just that. Well, that's not what's going on.
And
You're
be careful of those
deceived
people.
by that person.
Yep, be careful of these people when you go to these conferences, because it's nothing to them. They just want what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
They'll say, go feed it, go communicate with us, and tell me what happened. Every day, call me and let me know. And eventually, these people have to move from their homes or get divorced because the wife or they'll say it ain't safe. These things are coming to our house or coming looking
Now
at our
they're looking at a
window.
little girl's window.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or even just the viewers. They don't do it here, or they don't last long if they tried. Will say, you should do this, you should do that. Don't listen to them it's better to have a small, accurate channel than a big channel where you're just jumping through hoops for the viewers that don't care. They'll move on to the next channel. This type of viewer will put you in danger, they don't care. It's for their entertainment. And then they'll just, if you disappear or something happens, they don't care.
They
It's
just go to the next town, do it again.
You talk them into danger.
So be careful of those people. And if they're saying that they have communications and they're interacting, show everybody, the video. If y'all having tea and cookies.
Right. Rubbing each other's back.
Yeah, giving each other a
Cranial massage. Like that guy said. That was another watching Wednesday.
But they don't have that.
He was terrified the night before, but the next day he justified it and made a joke out of it. It was just a cranial massage.
Instead of this thing had his
He was
hand.
about to pop his head off.
Yeah. And he panicked and hit the alarm. But
So it's no different than a demon that presents itself as a cute little kid.
oh yeah, these things know how to act
Right.
shy.
Sure, any kind of predator. Don't be afraid of little old me.
No, they'll put their hands up and act scared and nervous. But those little ones can tear a person up too. They're powerful.
There's a woman that's not far from here that a lot of people count on her for information, and she thinks that these things are her protectors, and she leads a lot of people astray.
Yeah.
It's very dangerous, and that's the purpose of watching Wednesdays, is to fight back that narrative.
And also, like one of our trackers 888 will tell you, form equals function. Big, powerful, sharp teeth, sharp claws,
Stronger, faster,
uses weapons, throws boulders,
can mind speak.
can mind speak, can trick you, can lure you. These things.
You can be married to somebody for 40 years and you might know what they're about to do out of habit, out of pattern, but they're not putting their voice into your head.
Yeah.
That's not a natural thing, and it's not a good thing.
Yeah. So this guy Josh, and with everybody though, you've got to practice that mind protection technique, especially before you go out in the field. Like Josh, before you go out and know where these things are, in the habitat area, protect yourself. I mean, not just physically, but protect your mind, because these things will be trying to see if you got an open door, if you got an open threshold. And if you get that in your head, you're open. That means anything can come in there. You're not protected.
And cause confusion and disorientation and bad decisions.
Yeah. So let's listen to Josh again, and then we'll start. He's
We're 4 seconds in.
and he's telling everybody what happened. But if he had this book, Prayer to Bigfoot and Spiritual Warriors Path Handbook, if he had this one before he went out and did this, he would have known about the mind protection technique, how to prepare before he went out there, and this would have never happened.
I hear mind speak, which that sounds absolutely crazy. I never thought I'd ever experience that, but I hear these 3 words: I see you. Just like that. Was not my voice, was not me. It felt, I felt violated. So my name is Josh. I host a podcast called Misters Unknown, and I'm born and raised in the Ozarks. Spent my whole life here. The Ozarks are a pretty unique region. A lot of times people don't think about them, but they're older than the Appalachians. There's a lot of history here. A lot of strange stuff happens in the Ozarks. So I've experienced a lot throughout the year.
I don't understand that. Older than the Ozarks?
Right.
What's that mean?
I can see things that
That world was created
I guess so.
later? Okay.
Those mountains came first.
I guess it's, I don't know.
But everybody thinks that their area is particularly strange, and we're here to tell you that this entire world is strange.
Every place. We've tracked in where? Georgia, North Carolina.
The
Yeah.
only place it would make, the only thing that would make a place
Colorado.
not unique is that place not being unique.
Yeah. Texas,
I
Alabama,
mean, there's
Mississippi,
weird stuff everywhere.
Louisiana,
Predators everywhere.
Texas,
Yeah.
Arkansas,
Did you say Colorado?
Colorado, yeah, Kansas,
Mississippi? I can't remember what I already said.
yeah. But we've tracked in it. I mean, and that's just as far as we could get to as far as right now.
Mm.
And we found these things in every place. And we got photos of them in different places.
And we have trackers in Canada and on
Yeah.
the other side of the world.
And they're reporting. Yeah, you're right.
And I love living here. It's just it's a pretty special place. So all I knew about Bigfoot growing up, when you did like me, I was born in '79, and as a kid in the '80s, Bigfoot meant a monster truck. That's all I knew. And I remember the first time that the actual Bigfoot came up, is we were supposed to go to my grandpa's house and watch this show about Bigfoot, and I thought it was literally the monster truck. And I get there, and it was the Legend of Boggy Creek, and it absolutely freaked me out because I had no idea what this thing was. So that was my introduction to Bigfoot. But fast forward about a year later, I was 14 years old. My dad had bought a piece of land and built a house, and they had left me at home, and that's when I had my very first encounter. And so I was walking from my kitchen to my living room, and it was dusk, kind of dark.
One of the most
And
dangerous
I remember
times. I just want to say real quick, dusk, when it's getting dark, is one of the most active and dangerous times.
And why is that? Because that's when they're moving in.
Mm-hmm.
That's when it starts getting dark, they're coming in. They're looking for food. They're going to be eating your dog food. If you feed your pets outside, stop that. Or if you do feed them outside, be right there with them. Watch them eat, and whatever they don't eat, take up and put it into a container for the next time.
Don't store the food outside.
Yeah, and don't think that putting the top on it like a trash can is going to keep these things out.
They can unscrew,
lift up, open latches, open doors, turn handles, car doors, screen doors, home doors.
A bear can do it with those paws.
Mm-hmm. But these things are coming to look for food, and if you leave food out, they're going to visit every night because they know that's a food location. And
secure your animals. If it's livestock,
yeah,
give them a safe place to be.
Get those animals indoors. Get the cows in the corral because they're going to be fed on at night.
Keep it well lit.
They'll drink the blood from cows and horses, and they'll take advantage of them. Yep. They'll also wound calves by pulling on that back leg. I've seen it a couple times that they'll pull the back leg where the calf starts to limp.
And goats.
And goats too. So after a while, that cow is not going to be eaten because it's hurting, it's in pain. And, a lot of ranchers will be like, well, it's just a calf. I'd rather let it go than spend, $300-$400 to, have it, reset or whatever happened to it. And eventually that calf will die. They'll take it to a ravine, drop it off. And that's exactly what the Bigfoot wants, or any of these predators want. Because now they got food. They just have to wait. They just got to wound it and wait. And then they're going to go in and eat.
Or even if they're buried, these things will dig it up. And if, in some cases, they'll go back and dig up that same area. They'll find that the animal has been removed and it's been covered back over again.
Yeah, if they kill your pet,
very cunning.
You bury that pet, it's going to get dug up. It's going to be eaten by these things, and they're going to rebury or put that dirt right back. They also do this in what's that place called? Cemeteries. You got to watch them too, because they will go into cemeteries and look for that fresh dirt and start digging. And they will eat people that way.
Dusk, kind of dark. And I remember walking up to the sliding glass windows my dad had, and it was really rural. There wasn't a whole lot of houses around at the time. And I look over to the right, and there's this black figure standing about, I don't know, 50, 60 yards away. And I'm just stopped dead in my track. 14.
It's one of the things we talk about in the yard, in the book, is the 50-yard
No disturbance line.
no disturbance line. It's pretty common, and actually they're moving in closer now, but they try to stay about 50 yards out for the most part until they're advancing in. But when you're camping or something like that, go at least 50 yards out before you say there's nothing around here.
Yeah.
Or if 50 yards out from your home before you say there's nothing going on, I don't have a problem.
That no disturbance line, it looks like there's nothing wrong, but go a little further out. Go a little further out, or go a little bit into that woods, and you're going to start seeing boughs and pull down trees and broken trees and snap trees.
That's where you want to catch the problem, when it's out there and before they move in closer and closer.
And the less that you pay attention to them, they will keep coming in. And I don't know how many people has missing pets, but they will blame the pet. They will blame the Rottweiler Rottweiler, or the Mastodon, huge
Mastodon.
Mastiff. That's real too huge. But the Mastiff, or the the huge German Shepherd, they would rather blame it on a chipmunk, taking that huge German Shepherd or a blue jay, than blaming or knowing that a Bigfoot or a walking wolf or
They really stretch your imaginations to blame anything else except the big.
let's say a squirrel must have took that Mastiff.
Yeah.
Let's say a chipmunk, I think, took the Rottweiler. They will blame on everything else, but you say Bigfoot, they're like, oh well, I don't. Or they'll say, I didn't want to say, or it's okay, especially around trackers. You can say Bigfoot. You can, we know what it is. We know it's out there. We know it takes pets. We know it takes livestock. We know it will kill your horses. It will make it look like. You have to look at the bruising, what happened. Was the neck broke of the horse? Was it suffocated? Was the skull crushed? Was the insides taken? A coyote's not going to break the skull, but people will say, I see a whole bunch of coyotes on it. Yeah, afterwards.
Yeah, totally different kill pattern.
Yeah. And they'll leave things like that to draw in coyotes, to draw in more food. So now they have more food. They don't just have the main course, they got appetizers. Now they got coyote meat. Now they got even if a skunk comes in or something like that, some other kind of animal.
These predators survive by manipulating everything around them to look like something else did it, or that it was natural.
Mm-hmm. They don't survive on being seen, standing out, being noticed.
If they do that, they're either so extremely bold that they just don't even, they're not worried about you at all, or they're trying to lure you.
Or they're getting ready to take you. Yeah.
Be a decoy, yeah.
And so many people just don't understand.
Years old, didn't know what this thing was. Thought it was a person, and so to my horror, this thing came up to the back deck of the house. And what's strange about that is it glided up. It didn't just walk.
Two things are weird here. I mean, of course, if you've seen these things, they don't bob up and down like a man does. A man will walk like this, and you got a little bob. You know, your legs go up, foot goes up. But these things, it's their legs that drop and go out. Like the foot will come out and have an extra drop. And it's just, if you look at it, and you look at those shoulders, they're all about the same whenever it's moving. But if you look at the legs and the feet, it'll take, and right before it drops, and like we would go like this, but it goes a little one step out further and lands kind of smooth. It's like an extra out,
Some would even call them graceful. Some have called
Yeah.
them graceful.
and they move smooth like that. But I mean, not just seeing it, but he's saying this thing come up to his back porch.
It was 50 yards out. Did he say it came up to the back?
Came up to his porch, and he said what was weird is that it
Horrifying, and so
looked like it glided.
yeah.
The weird part to me would be that he didn't shoot at it on his back porch.
When he was a kid. Right?
Oh, let's check it out.
Thing like came up to the back deck of the house, and what's strange about
He was a kid.
right, and there's this black figure standing about, I don't know, 50, 60 yards away, and I'm just stopped dead in my track, 14 years old, didn't know what this thing was, thought it was a person, and so to my horror, this thing like came up to the back deck of the house, and what's strange about that is it glided up. It didn't just walk, there was no gate, it was like it glided up. Biggest thing I'd ever seen, just broad, massive black thing standing in front of me, and I locked eyes with this thing, and I froze, didn't know what to do. I'm standing there. But the thing that sticks out to me about this thing is there was just pure hate emanating from this thing. Like I knew it hated me. That's one of the things I remember. But as I'm standing there, this thought drops in my mind to go get my dad's shotgun. And so it was a 410 shotgun. It was upstairs. So I don't know why that popped into my head, but I just knew I had to go get my dad's gun. Not that it would have done anything, but so I go upstairs. I get it. My dad had told me as a kid, if you ever get threatened, load a shotgun, they're going to leave you alone. Nobody wants to mess with that. So that's what I did. I came downstairs with a single shotgun, and I put it's probably birdshot, buckshot, put it in there. And as soon as I clicked the gun, this thing turned around and just glided off into the woods like it was nothing. So that was my crash course into Bigfoot at 14. And
So he could tell that this Bigfoot was horrifying, that it was not natural, and that it hated him. Those are all ways you would describe demons too. But
Yeah,
if you've
just-
ever looked at a demonized individual in the eyes, it's just pure hatred.
Was-
It's just like you can't even.
Was he was inside the house?
He was 14.
He went
I
on-
think he would no. Well, he said he looked out the double glass doors.
I'd seen this thing just standing there or coming up to it.
Mm-hmm. It was 50 yards out, and then it glided up, which I don't know if he means like floated up. He didn't see its legs moving. And then it was there,
Yeah, and
hating on him, and he went and got that 410 shotgun. If you did have to put one down, you go through the eye and towards the center of the brain, right there, same place that brought
Right.
Goliath down.
yeah, or the left under the left
Left
arm.
arm.
When people see these things up close, it was so cute, so cuddly. It smiled and asked me if I wanted some cupcakes or some cookies. Or when they see these things and how the face is shaped, it's not a good sight. So when people say that they're having interactions or
Relationship.
relationships,
You're some of my best friends.
they're not up close to these things. They may see those things, shadows in the tree line, or they may be gifting it and then walking back, and then they see the outline figure of it, but they're not up close, face to face, seeing what these things look like. These things, and that's how we, train with the trackers is, you got to think about the biggest, snarlingest, droolingest, sharpest teeth, angriest, meanest looking predator that you could possibly think of. So whenever you actually do see these things,
It's
It's
less
it's
intimidating.
less, yeah, it's less than what you've already trained for. But when like he was 14, seeing it for the first time, his first thought was get the gun. And if these things were good, which a predator is always a predator. That's all it is. A predator is a predator. Form equals function. These things are man eaters. These things will eat anything they can get their hands on. And the first stop for him is get your gun. So he didn't have a connection with this thing right now. But as he talks about in a little bit, or as he did in the beginning, his guard was down. He didn't know how to protect his mind. And this thing stepped right in.
Well, I think that, and we just skipped through tonight. We haven't watched the whole thing, but I think it's a different one that he talked. This is a Bigfoot.
Yeah, yeah.
And then
I
later.
mean, the one he talked about in the beginning.
Mhm.
But right now at 14, his mind is not
Protected.
It's protected. He may have been raised with a good church family, or where he doesn't know about the demons, or knows not to that they can communicate.
Mhm.
So he's not thinking like, because a lot of researchers go out there and they're trying to talk with these things. They'll say, I'm here, I'm a good person, just
Want to
and,
learn about you.
and we've seen some of those people say, if you want to talk, I'm here, or
Yeah,
if you want to, that's opening their mind. That's inviting a demon, because even if there's not a predator Bigfoot out there in that section, there are still demonic spirits in those forests. And so while they're over there trying to get these things and they're inviting these demons, the demonic spirits, because there are things out there in the forest that
And
we
in
don't see.
homes, and with their ghost
Homes,
boxes. And,
yeah. They're also in churches, they're in hospitals, they're in homes, they're all over the place. And when you do that, when you see those researchers do that, they're inviting demons. It's not just the predators out there, the predator Bigfoots and the hybrids. They're inviting anything that wants to communicate, anything that wants to come into their mind. They're inviting them.
Pandora's box.
And you got to watch those researchers. Don't take advice and don't do what they're doing. Don't be whooping, communicating, calling them, leaving gifts for them, playing music for them.
Apologizing to them for being alive and in the woods.
Don't do anything those other people do, because they will get, because these things go home with you. Demons go home with you. If you're out there and you're communicating and saying anything, want to talk, or any, things like that.
Or just passing through, don't hurt me. Don't you open that door by trying to communicate in your mind or speaking out loud.
These things will enter into that open doorway that you just invited them into, and they'll go home with you, and you're going to start having things go on at your house. Now that you brought them home, you may have a wife, you may have a husband, you may have kids, you may have pets. These things you just gave them a whole new set of people to feed on.
And energetically, spiritually, physically.
So if you go to those conferences and tell them you got activity or an experience, be careful of those ones who tell you, try to communicate with them. Leave them some
get a
food,
bag of apples.
Try to talk to them. Some are good, some are bad. No, a predator is a predator.
It all depends on your intentions. It all depends on how you feel and what, They can tell if you're a good person.
And, these people they won't show you any video. If they say something like, well, show me the video of you communicating with one of these things. And that's, well, I don't have them, but I'll feed them.
I've never seen one, but.
Or, yeah, there's guys that write books that hasn't even seen these things out there, much less been up close to these things. But if you go to these conferences, any of them, ask those people, where's your video of you playing chess with these things? You know, where's the video of you, making a cake with these things? They don't have it, but they'll say they're communicating, they're interacting. But all they're doing, if they do have them there, they're seeing the shadows. They're leaving food out there. And these things are coming to their house, and they'll probably tell you that too. These things come to my house every night. That's because you've been feeding them. You've been inviting them in.
And they'll make you feel guilty
If-
for knowing that's not normal, and I don't like you banging on my house. I don't like you crawling on my roof. That's just, or watching my children, or
That's not
they'll try to make
communicating.
you feel guilty for that, or for carrying a weapon in the woods.
That's
Those
not
things-
communicating. Those things are trying to find an entry.
Yeah.
Something that's open. Is that window open? Did you leave that door unlocked? I guess you don't want this pet. You left it outside.
Feeding on that fear too.
They'll climb on your roof. They'll check your vents. They'll look for any entry point that they can find. And if you're not deterring, got your lights up, got your game cams up, anything to deter, these things are going to be at those houses every night looking for food, eating your dog food, eating your horse food, eating your
Wildlife around.
around there. And they
But
will
I'm glad his
disappear.
dad did tell him about, if you are nervous, go get
Go get that
go get
shotgun.
the gun.
Yeah.
I buried it, for years. Had a couple other encounters, and that's kind of what led me to starting the podcast. And spent 17 years in law enforcement, seen a lot of weird, strange things. But about 7 years ago, I was coming up the hill from where I used to live at, and on Highway 64, and look over to the right. It was at night, 11 o'clock at night, and stand on the side of the road. There's this white, massive creature, and the thing jumps over the hood of my car. I was like 55. I was in a Toyota Corolla.
We talk about that in our book, the lone car going 55. Like everything, the lone car going 55 on the road. They're
In this book, we talk
particularly
about it.
vulnerable. Literally.
That
They want you to
information.
chase them into the woods. They want you to stop. They want to cause a wreck. That's it. That's a good option for them, because that means food. If they can't cause a wreck, they want you to stop and get out and follow them, or try to take pictures, or see what it was, or never do that. You just keep on moving, keep on going.
And we also talk about that in the Bigfoot documentary. We did take it off of YouTube for right now, but we're going to be showing it at the book signing. And we talk about that 55 miles per hour, the lone car, and it will cross and we'll let you see it so that you pull over, get out of your car and say, I'm going to get a picture. What was that? Let me get a little closer. Let me look for tracks. Let me see if I can find a track. And there's so many cars that are found with those doors open on the side of the road, and the driver is gone. These are traps. These things are predators. They hunt people. They hunt anything.
They can hear that car coming from so far back. There's no way they waited until just that precise moment to jump over the hood of that vehicle. That's intentional. It's
And
not an accident. There's not a mistake.
I don't know. Well, I'm going to back up a second, but I don't know. Did he stop and get out?
I don't know yet. We didn't get there yet.
But also, they will hold deer. They will hold hogs and wait for that car, that 55 mile per hour car, that lone car, and shoot it out there right in front of that vehicle. And
You hear people say that deer hit me. I didn't hit it. I was one that said that deer hit me.
Mhm.
It was like it came out of nowhere and just intentionally slammed into my car. But I didn't put two and two together back then.
And that's what Carlson said too, and that deer horn actually cut his cheek
It did, yeah.
because it came
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
side of the car.
And I didn't, thankfully though, and it was about 11 o'clock at night, and I was going to pick up one girl from her job, and the road was way too dark. I was the only car on the road.
Oh, the car, lone car.
And I said, well, if there's any damage, I'll look at it when I get there into town. It was about, 8 miles out of town. I'll look when I get there, and it's lit up and people are around. I didn't stop,
Good.
and I'm glad that I didn't. And when I came back through that, the deer didn't see the deer anywhere.
Yeah, it was taken. It was eaten. So we didn't hear because we stopped it. But let's see if he stopped. Let's see if he wanted to see what that was, because a lot of people do that. There is one famous one with the police who whipped around, went back there and stopped and got out.
Mm-hmm.
And they have that on video also.
They've even been known to throw turtles at a windshield or
Throw turtles, throw birds,
Mhm.
everything. Stop that car.
Down the road, there's this white massive creature, and the thing jumps over the hood of my car. Going, I was like 55, I was in a 40 Corolla, and it took one step and was off into this ravine. I knew the ravine. My uncle had built a church there, so I take off down in there. The thing about it, the strange.
there you go.
He did exactly what this creature wanted him to do.
What we tell you not to do.
He went after it. Don't go after these things. And that's a trap. That's a decoy. That's to lure people. That's to pull them down into a secluded or a hidden area or just off the side of the road. They want you out of the car.
Not everybody that does that comes back.
Yep. I'm glad he made it out of there. But he's been in a lot of traps. He just doesn't recognize them. Not yet, anyway. But he did exactly like we said, don't do.
In a 40 Corolla, and it took one step and was off into this ravine. I knew the ravine. My uncle had built a church there, so I take off down in there. The thing about it that's strange is there was no footprints, no trees broken, nothing, and it was massive. It took up the whole windshield of my car. And what's strange about it is I had buried all these other encounters, and after that happened, all these memories started to come back, and I had all these things pop up. And so I was talking to a buddy of mine. He's like, "Man, you got to start a podcast." So that's kind of how all that came to fruition and happened, and here I am. So, you're a trained observer, so you notice things that probably other people don't. You look for patterns. You look for what we call trace evidence. I'm always trying to think one step ahead, trying to figure out what's going to happen. So it changes your perspective on how you see the world. And once you kind of know what's out.
He didn't try to think one step ahead on that time, but he maybe wasn't a cop before then.
But even police, you could, first responders, things like that. Being a trained observer has nothing to do with what these creatures are doing. You're not the first cop. You're not the first ambulance. You're not the first military.
Hunter.
You're not the first hunter that these things have encountered. They know your patterns. They know what you're going to do before you even do it, because they've been doing this for thousands of years. And like we tell everybody, that may be the first time you've seen these things, but this isn't the first time these things have seen humans.
Mm-hmm.
So, and we tell a lot of people too, even the military trackers, police, regular trackers. We had conversations with people who actually track for, like penal places. If they have escaped convicts, they track them. And they still didn't know what we knew. The spider webs, the underground burrows, tree to tree, things like that. The police don't know how to track. None of them are professional trackers. You can even talk to them. When they go out, they got a flashlight. They're looking here,
Mm-hmm.
And we've seen this be done. They got a spotlight just flashing through, looking at.
Around here, they won't even come to some of the areas that people have started because there's been so many predator Bigfoot interactions and sightings, and that they have to say it's a prowler in the neighborhood. And because if they hear that it was a Bigfoot, they don't come out, and it's not because they don't believe. It's because they know they don't want to run into it.
Yeah. And even if you call them out, they're just going to drive around for a second, flashing a light, and they're going to leave. Well, I didn't see anything. They're not going to get
Which
out.
we don't want them to go in the woods chasing down the,
No. But, saying you're a trained observer, you're not a trained tracker.
That's for human predators.
Yeah, you're thinking human. Yeah, like you're saying,
criminals.
You're trained in the city. You're not trained in the woods. Police are not trained for the woods. They're trained for city, urban things. And even in the urban areas, they're not trained for what these things do. Scaling walls, hiding under the underpasses, translucent, in the dumpsters, waiting for people in the dark alleys.
Fangs and claws.
So they can say they're trained, but they're not trained for these things. You have to. We're going to be having tracker courses coming up pretty soon. I advise everybody to take that course just so you can get trained at what we do, and you'll be able to see, like, his patterns and things that he's looking for are not the patterns that these things use and do.
It's a good start, but there's a lot more to it.
There's a lot more to it.
Out there, everything changes, and then when you put Bigfoot in the mix, it changes everything. And I've got really severe ADHD, so my brain's just always going, and I notice things people don't, little details and things. So it did have an impact on how I saw things and how kind of I approach the way this stuff is, and the way I look at it. Kind of opens up your mind, and you're kind of more open to.
Right there, he just said, and I don't know if it's the medication he's taking, because he said he's got severe ADHD.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he's military.
Know if he is taking any medicine. He's a cop.
Or he was one.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's the medication or if something happened. But he just said he's got an open mind. He said it opens up your mind. Mm-hmm. And whether that's taken generally or out of context, using just those words right there, it opens up your mind. And when that happens, these things are going to flood in. These predators are waiting for that open mind. And when you walk out there in territories that they're at, and you got an open mind, they're going to be trying to communicate.
Most of the way this stuff is, and the way I look at it, kind of opens up your mind, and you're kind of more open to believing in things that maybe the public won't, most people won't, because you've experienced so much. So I'd say that's probably the biggest impact it's had on me and how I see things and how I look and approach. So I think that there is something to being.
Oh, I hate that.
I
think if someone says "I think," or
it's
somebody,
his pet peeve.
It is, and we talk about this all the time. People say, "I think," "I heard," "maybe," "someone said,"
Possibly,
could
be,
"the Indian said,"
might be.
If anybody starts off with that, I mean, I know we're going to listen.
Take it with a grain of salt, as they say.
I know we're going to listen to the rest because we need to hear this. But like for me, if somebody says, "Well, I think," I just quit listening to them. Because if you say "I think," or "it might be," or "could be," that means you do not know. You do not know if you start off with the words "I think," or "maybe," "could be," "I heard," "someone said," "it should be." That means you don't know. So if you got a platform of 37,000 people and you start off with "I think," don't say anything else because there's people listening.
You say, "This is what happened."
Yeah,
and let them. They're safer making their own judgments than
him making an opinion or a suggestion. So again, take this with a grain of salt. If they say "I think," which he just did, that's why I stopped it. This means that he doesn't know. This means he's going to try to put something together.
He's having a conversation with himself, basically. He's doing all his thinking out loud.
Yeah.
As he's trying to figure it out, but there's people that'll come and take what he's saying for gospel. That's what we're saying.
Yeah.
That's what gets people into trouble.
Most of the way this stuff is, and the way I look at it, kind of.
And also, he says the way he looks at it.
Mm-hmm.
So this is just the way he looks at it. This is not factual because he hasn't put two and two together yet.
So we want you to be careful when you listen to podcasters that do this, or group leaders, or just anyone that does this.
Yeah.
Be very careful.
Yeah.
Opens up your mind, and you're kind of more open to believing in things that maybe the public won't, most people won't, because you've experienced so much. So I'd say that's probably the biggest impact it's had on me and how I see things and how I look and approach them. So I
Right.
think that there is something to being tagged with these creatures, and I think that once you have had an encounter, you're marked in a way. I don't even like to use the word.
People say that, but we're all
Well,
marked.
he just said, I think you're
Everyone,
marked. I think you're
everyone
marked.
is marked.
Either you're marked
If
with
you have
God
seen something, yeah.
or you're
If you
marked with the devil.
have seen something once, it's like a hunter that's going to look for rabbits. You might not notice a deer or a duck or another animal because he's focused on rabbits. So that's why people tend to see more things if they've had the experience and they've seen the thing once. Now their eyes are looking everywhere for that thing. If you need a pair of red shoes, you're going to zero in on red shoes and not who needs a pair of red shoes, but you're going to. But that's another podcast. No, you're going to be focused on that one thing. You're going to notice
Wizard
it
of Oz,
more,
that one.
right?
The
Yeah.
Wicked Witch of the
Well,
West.
you get my point.
East, West. They need red shoes.
But it's not that you're marked. It's not that you're special. They'll
Yeah,
these
you're not
these beings
special.
will eat anything that they can get. These predators, these spiritual and physical predators, are just looking for opportunity and the right time. And it's not just that you have a mark on your head, a glowing mark on your head.
But
Your
I'll,
kid may not be. They're going to be just as vulnerable. You see what I'm saying? They're not the only people that these things are trying to attack. Some people are just oblivious to it, and so people that think that they're marked just aren't oblivious to it, like the rest of the population that's, playing games, watching football, doing whatever, listening to their music, got their earphones on. They're not gonna notice as much. So it's not that it's marked; it's that they're noticing things.
so this guy starts off with, I think. And then it goes into, I think you're marked. That means you don't know.
So the next person coming along is going to say, "I'm marked."
I'm marked. This guy said,
We hear that a lot. That phrase.
No. Now, if you're open-minded and you let the demon into your mind,
You're easy prey.
you're going to have a connection because it's not leaving. Once it got found that open door, it's not leaving until you shut that door and kick it out. And you got to do that with God. You got to do that with Jesus to get that thing out. But that's one of my, like you said, my pet peeves. When somebody starts off with I think, or it may be, should be, could be, would be, I heard, that means they don't know, and they're about to say something that they have no idea what they're talking about. And he says, I think. They goes, well, I think you're marked. You don't know. So just leave that part out of your interview. Just tell us what happened, what you did, and what caused it. Don't put your opinion in there. Don't try to form some kind of conclusion.
I wonder if they ask him, "What do you think?" You never hear questions that the cameraman asks or the producer. Maybe they say, "What do you think it is?"
Which would be stupid for
In
somebody
which
to say.
case, you should say, "What I think is not important. What I know is
What I know is,
this is what happened. This is what's going
Yeah.
on." This,
Don't say, well, I think
for
I
a
was.
platform like this,
I
it
should
can
have
get a
brought
lot
some
of people-
bananas. I should have brought some. No, don't give your opinion. Don't give your suggestion. And remember, if they start off with I think, this next part that they're going to say, they have no clue to what they're talking about. So Let's see where.
Tag with these creatures, and I think that once you have had an encounter, you're marked in a way. I don't even like to use the word tag. That comes up on the show a lot, like because I think once you've had one,
He doesn't mind tag, or he doesn't like tag, but he doesn't mind mark.
Yeah,
What difference
that's the
does it
same
make?
thing. But also, the thing is, once you have a real visual encounter, which he had one when he was a kid, so I don't know why this one would
Said
be.
two, yeah, but the one was looking in the eyes.
But once you have a visual, a good visual, not a shadow, not something behind the trees, which these things do that, and
Not a
those,
blur.
yeah, not a blur, and they are doing that, and you can make it out like that, but until you've had a visual, a facial visual, or seeing the entire size of these things, and they're all different sizes, but when next time you go into those woods, you are looking everywhere.
I would
So
say for the rest of your life.
for the rest of your life, you're going to be aware that these things are out there, and you're going to realize there's more than one. It's not just in the Pacific Northwest. It's not just in Canada. These things are everywhere, and they travel in groups, hunting groups, where you see one there, and that's the decoy. It lets you see it. That's a decoy. The other one's on your left or on your right, and the one that's on the left is the one hunting you. But once you know these things are out there, of course you're going to be more aware. Of course you're going to find these things. You're going to see these things more often, because a regular person doesn't know they're not looking at that shadow. They're not looking at what's hunched down. They're not looking in those blinds. They're not looking behind those trees. They could care less. They're looking at squirrels and rabbits and flowers, and because they don't know. So it's not that you're tagged. It's not that you're marked. It's that you're aware and you know the route there. So you're going to be seeing these things because you know to be looking for them. You don't want to be caught off guard. So you're
It's
going
like
to be
if you've
looking.
been mugged, you're going to pay more attention than the average person. So,
Yeah. If even the same thing with gangs. If you're going down the street and you see a whole bunch of guys together, you can walk down that street and they start picking on you, and the next thing you know, you're getting into a brawl with 5 other guys. Next time you come down that street, you're going to
see
go
them
on.
red flags.
You're going to
a
go
lot
on the
quicker.
other side of the street, yeah. Or if you see that woman on the side of the road, there's a tree line right there. You're going to, if you ever pulled over because there's a woman there or a man there, that's a trap. You're going to bypass that, or you may say, I'll call for help, but you don't stop, or you let somebody know where you're at and what you're doing. But once you see these things, once you know they're out there, you're more aware. You're looking for shadows. You're looking for blurs. You're looking for things in the water. You're looking for things. You're looking for those eyes. You're looking for, or you're smelling. You're using all your senses because you don't want to be caught off guard by these things.
And you're not focusing just on one.
You're looking around.
You're listening to what's behind you and on the sides of you.
Yeah.
You're going to have multiple encounters happen. I don't know why that is. I mean, I've got tons of theories. I've thought about it a lot. But I know this, that my dad had a UFO encounter when I was 5. I was in the car when it happened. I didn't see it. And then I had this encounter at 14. I saw the thing one other time between the last time I saw it, and then 3 months ago I had a dognet encounter. And if you sit and you tell somebody that, they're going to think you're crazy, right? Like you're nuts.
I not so much anymore. The tide is turning.
Yeah.
The people that mock the people that try to talk about this, they stand out more as buttheads than
Yeah.
They used to. People say, no, too many people have seen too much. You're the outsider. You are the
Yeah.
one that doesn't know what you're talking about.
You're the
because-
one on the couch in your mama's basement.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't get off playing
Stop
Nintendo all
mocking
day.
people. And some of the people that do the mocking are also, they're paid shills to
Yeah.
get people to shut their mouths.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've reached that tipping point. Just we've seen it in the last several years. It used to be rough out there in group streets.
Yeah.
Getting blocked. They still don't want to hear that they're predators. They'll give you a hard time if you try to say that, but not as so much anymore.
I just want to show a couple of Bigfoots real fast because, and just so you know, these things are out there.
If people do try to say you're crazy, and a lot of times it is family that will do that, or they'll say you tired, or what were you drinking, or those kind of things, you don't even sweat it. They're the ones that don't have the information. They're don't take it personal. Stand your ground. Don't stop talking. Don't stop telling the truth, and just you know, shake the dust off your feet with them as far as what you tell them. But there's plenty of people to listen now. This was a photo taken by Tracker K.
Well, these are the pictures over here that's being shown. This is just, it's still froze right now.
Oh, okay.
So these are photos of Bigfoots that are out there. Just so you know, just if you've never seen Bigfoots before.
This is a predator Bigfoot in a hoodie caught on a doorbell cam. This is just a screenshot off of a video. There's actually another one that is to the left looking in the window, but you can just barely see part of its profile.
This one was waiting for us outside of a small trailer we was using as a observation, doing night observation. Opened the door real fast, took a picture, and closed that door. This was out there waiting. We just caught it off guard. It was a little upset we caught it off guard.
We do not recommend opening your door at night.
No. So this thing is going just a little slow.
All of these things are predators. You can see the nails in the circle at the bottom, the claws. You can see the big schnoz on the face in the larger circle.
And
Do people know the word schnoz anymore? The big nose.
Our computer's going a little slow.
Let me
'Cause
make sure this one's off. That might help.
and that's the alligator face looking one. Here's the one War Chief seen. One of those ones before was with a tracker.
If you read our book, or if you come to our book signing, you'll understand that they have different features. They don't all look alike, but they're all part of the original predator. They're all in the lineage of the original predators. Just different mutations. All you need to know, you don't have to split them into a bunch of categories of this is a type 1, type 2, type 3, type 4. It's a dog man, mothman, bear man, pig, monkey man, lizard man. These are all predators. They're all unnatural mutations that should not be. They're abominations. And none are good. There's not some are good, some are bad.
I have to apologize to Kay. I just remember that you needed to get a link sent, but I sent it to you in that Facebook. If you get that, Kay, Tracker K. This one is looking around a tree, and this one doesn't have hair. You know, they're not all going to be the same. This one, I don't know if it showed or not, but we call it Little Ugly. Sharp teeth. Dark as midnight. And this one has a puppy that it uses to help hunt also.
The puppy's in the foreground. You can see the head of the predator in the back over the puppy's shoulder. That's East Texas.
What do you call that? Profile or?
This
No.
one, yeah, this profile, that head is about 2 feet tall.
What's the size of a man's back?
This is a screenshot of from a video, and that's actually on this property. There's 30 acres here, and it was at the back end of the property.
Mhm. This one also is here, and it's right between those trees. You can see the head or the face, and it's kind of hunched down. It's got his hand down there at the bottom. It's trying to get as low as it could, but we still caught it.
And they'll hide by the big boulders, and they can look like boulders. They can look like tree stumps.
They can look like cats. Whatever they eat, the DNA, whatever's in food supplies in that area is what it's going to look like. And here again, Tracker K's. She caught 2 on one of her scouts.
When she was in our training course.
Yeah, she was in her training course and caught all that. And there's a guy who said he was the best in the world or best in something. And he never had photos like that. And Tracker K was just in the tracking course, and she got better photos than that guy ever got. All right, let's go a little further.
But if you know, you know. And so there's got to be something to that. I've looked at bloodlines. I've looked at the gift of discernment. You know, I'm a Christian. I have different things that I believe, and I think through a biblical lens. But there's something that tags you, marks you, whatever words you want to use. Because there's got to be something. Because so many people.
If you open your mind to these things, if it gets into your mind, it makes a connection. You have to get rid of that with Jesus. You have to rebuke it and get it out of you and make sure God's in there.
Keep that threshold strong.
And there's a lot of things like that mind protection technique. You got to train. You got to protect your mind, not just your body, but you got to protect your mind too. If you're, and your words are powerful, so you got to watch your words. You can't go out in the woods asking for something to talk to, because it will get inside there.
They'll take a body of a believer. They'll take a body of a non-believer. They'll take the soul of a believer. They'll take the soul of a non-believer. They're just into collecting bodies and souls.
Whoever. Oh, you're welcome, Tracker K.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, we are.
Hey, Malcolm's in the room too.
And Malcolm. All right.
I talked to that come on the show have had multiple encounters. So either everybody's lying or there's something going on. And I don't know what that is.
Clearly there's something going on.
Clearly there's something going on. But when you say, but I don't know what that is.
And
so let's not give opinions or suggestions. If you just say, I don't know what it is. Okay,
and we know everybody's not lying.
Yep.
As a Christian, coming at this thing at a biblical perspective, it's got to fit in that context for me. And this comes up, and it surprises me that how many preachers and pastors have no clue about this. They don't want to talk about it. So I've kind of taken on that mantle, and my channel's about that. You know, they call me the Bigfoot therapist, which is kind of funny. But I have
The Bigfoot what?
Therapist. This is where he tries to help them through the trauma.
We
We actually have
Bigfoot.
several, but he is right about a lot of preachers won't talk about it, and I've found that problem in the past, even just dealing with garden variety demons, right? But we have several pastors and preachers that are very interested. Some of them will hopefully be at the book signing, very interested in what we're talking about, and they know what's going on, and so there is hope out there. So there are some that are receptive. You just got to keep looking. If they're afraid to talk about it, they don't have strong spiritual warfare abilities. they can't even talk about a subject.
Yeah.
Helps people sit through their trauma. But I look at this stuff. A lot of it for me goes back to Genesis chapter 6. And I tell people all the time, have you even read your Bible? There's so many weird, strange things in there. But I kind of went back and forth, had a lot of different theories. But I used to think that maybe these were demons. But then now I kind of think more that they're a fallen angel. And there's a couple of reasons why. Is the Bible says that God's gifts are without repentance. So that means if these angels fell, they still have the abilities that they have, right? That didn't get taken away. And then also I think that it also says that you can entertain an angel unaware, which means they're shapeshifters, which is, it's so weird to say to come out of your mouth. So I do think that there's some sort of fallen angel, Nephilim hybrid thing possibly. But the statement I've landed on, and I talk about it a lot, is when they're flesh and blood, they're flesh and blood, and when they're not, they're not. That is if you back me into a corner and have me explain it, that's what I tell you. I mean, and I'm open to whatever, but that's just where I've kind of landed with it. And you're never going to get answers, I think. We're taking educated guesses.
Well, that was a good educated guess, though.
And this is where we're saying he is on the right track.
Yeah, it is on the right track.
There were the watchers.
Mm-hmm.
Those were the ones that left their first estate and they took the women that they wanted, the women that God had created, and they weren't supposed to do that. They were supposed to be watching and protecting, but instead they wanted to breed because we could breed, we could make babies, but they could not. They needed the people to be able to do that, so that's why they did that. They created all kinds of monstrosities. Those were the Nephilim, those were the babies, those were the 300-400 foot giants, and we agree about the Genesis 6, but when those died, and some of them died in the flood, and there was more incursions than one, it happened more than once, and that wasn't the only time that angels fell, but when those were now disembodied spirits, those were where the demons came from. You good?
No, good. Now, when the angels or fallen angels came here, man was here. Man and these angels were not supposed to intermingle and especially not breed. So when that happened,
Are we still on?
Yeah. So when that happened, these things made hybrids. You know, God did not make the 300-foot man-eating giant
To eat the man that he had made, that was in his image. He didn't make these things to eat an image of himself.
And there's also the incursion of the spider DNA that is not from here. There's nothing else here that has 8 arms, 8 eyes, drinks blood, catches anything that it sets traps for everything to feed on. You know, that's not supposed to be here. And that spider predator DNA has also eaten man. So when a spider eats something, it uses that DNA and puts it into its offspring. But that offspring is also a predator. So when you got a bell spider, a bird spider, a fish spider, a wolf spider, dog spider, any kind of hybrid like that. Now, when you mix that with aquatic, you get octopuses, you get sharks, you get barracudas. Mix that with the bird DNA, you get
all the predators came.
Yeah, you get that predator DNA. You get the falcon, the hawk,
Even the predator plants.
Predator plants, everything. But that DNA is not supposed to be here. And when you put man mixed with a spider and all these other DNAs mixed in, you're going to get a Bigfoot. You're going to get something, and if it eats more man, it's going to look more man-like.
And so there's the abilities and you can be physical and spiritual. You can be both. You can Our book says that everything in between. If people keep trying to put it all in one tiny little box, and it doesn't need to be any more than you can contain God in one tiny box.
Yeah, you can't do that.
For our purposes, you just need to know what we want the message to be is that they're all predators. They're all predatory. There's none of these unnatural beings or what the Bible would call abominations that he repented, that he even made these, or that these things even, really that he even made man because every day they seek after evil. These are the ones that were demonized people.
And Josh
And then all
doesn't know
these
about this
creatures.
cosmic spider coming in either, because it does. And these spiders fed on Nephilim offspring. You know, whenever they die, that was free food, and that DNA was used also.
In our book, if you read the Choctaw Legend of Time, you'll know what we're talking about with the spider. And when you read the descriptions of the beings that are in heaven, and there's lots of different kinds, people tend to lump them all into the category of just angel, but there's a lot of different types. You know, multiple eyes, multiple wings, the the vision of them is terrifying. The four faces. They're not like man, and they're not like these beautiful creatures that are here. These animals that God made. They don't have the fingerprint of God. These abominations that are here on the earth, that are a combination of what fell from heaven and left heaven and left God and came down here and mixed and defiled and infected the entire earth. This beautiful world that God made that has his fingerprint and his wonderful pattern. These things don't fit. They're patchwork monster Frankenstein beings. And they hate God. They hate the image of God. They want to be God. They want to get rid of us because we look like God in that he made us in his image. And we still have a connection with God, and they don't, and that's where that hatred comes from. And to say that these things are, some are good, some are bad, is just like trying to say that a demon, some are good and some are bad. Which one are you going to let play with your child or your grandchild?
And none of these people who say they're having encounters are taking their kids out to mingle with these things.
No, but they'll tell other people to.
Yeah, they'll say, why don't you go out there and feed them and hang out with them?
At these festivals, they'll say they have whooping contests for children to happen at a local festival.
I don't know what page it's on, but
What are you looking for?
it's a combination of everything.
But a completion of nothing.
Yeah. And that's what we tell everybody. These predators are a combination of everything, but not a completion of anything. And that means that it can't be a fish. It can't be a ram. It can't be a man. It can't be a bird. But it's got all that DNA in one thing. And if it was to quit eating everything, it would revert back to a spider.
So when you hear all these scientists saying it falls under the category of, it's got a female DNA, female person DNA, and unknown, that unknown category is this predator. That is its own category, and it's growing larger and larger and larger.
And we have that in when this other tracker wanted to try to, thought he could, I don't know, prove me wrong or something anyway. And I was telling them this was before the Melville Ketchum report came out. But I said if they would test for the DNA of a
Oh, he
bird,
wasn't one of our trackers.
no, not one of our trackers. He was one who was trying to
Take people on tours.
and trying to have people not listen to me to make it seem like I didn't know what I was talking about.
Yeah.
But at the end, he was agreeing with everything I said, and also taught him some things about tracking. But I said if they would test for the DNA of a bird, the DNA of a ram, the DNA of a bird, the DNA of a serpent, and they finally said, well, they have had that test, and it's funny that you brought that up because that's what they found.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why we say it's a combination of everything, but not a completion of anything.
That conversation's on the Peculiar Path channel, and what was it called? The
Tracker versus tracker.
Truth
Oh,
or
here's that one.
that was the Gary's
Let's play that real fast.
Gary Spikes. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna go heat up the coffee real quick while you do that.
Okay. We're gonna play this one so you can hear it yourself.
Do you want more?
Yes, if I could. And so you know that and this was before the Melville Ketchum DNA study came out, and we said when that DNA comes out, when that study comes out, all it's going to do is prove us right. Because we didn't have the DNA study. But we know these things through ancient hieroglyphs and tablets that were left. The Egyptian Dinger Zodiac, the Aztec Sunstone, the story, the Legend of Time. This information is out there. We just had to decipher the hieroglyphs
And put it all together.
and put it all together for everybody.
And now this is a short clip, but the full story on this person talks about how his father and his father's girlfriend were dragged up a ridge or down a ridge in their tent, and then this person, in quotes, tracker, laughed about that, but they're predators.
Yeah. So let's listen to this tracker. He's not one of our trackers, but he was trying to, I guess, try to catch me in, as far as not knowing what I was talking about. But at the end, he was agreeing with everything I said, and also, like I said, taught him some things about tracking that we do. But you're going to hear him, and when he's laughing kind of in the front, he didn't know that I was watching what he was saying. I just didn't have the phone connected for the interview yet, but I was watching him, and he was saying, I've got some tough questions he's going to have to answer, and he kind of laughed about it like he was going to catch me or know more than I did, which he didn't. So that's why you'll hear this funny laugh when he goes, I'm real interested. But I heard what he said before this part, and this is whenever I came on. This computer's a little slow.
Mr. Jerry, actually, very intriguing for me because of my background. As most of y'all know, that I've taught survival and wilderness survival and tracking skills, primitive life skills for near 20 years now. And Jerry does it also. I'm gonna give you the floor, man, and just start from the beginning, man. We want to know all about you. I mean, I'm curious.
I come from a medicine people background. My mother was a medicine person, my grandfather's. So we've passed down healing ways throughout the generations, and it happened to fall on me. Except I wanted to find out more than what I was being told. So I left home and, I asked my mom, well, I was talking with her, and I said that I'm going to have to leave again. And she asked me why. And I said, well, if you can teach me everything I need to know about this world, I can stay here. And, she looked at me and gave me a hug, and she said, I'll see you when you get back.
Now, folks, I will say this. Jerry impressed me quite well last week when I was me and my father was having a little bit of a outing in eastern Oklahoma, and I had an interesting night, to say the least, with some audio and some stuff going on, and we discussed that on Trinity Paracryptid last week. But Jerry was literally about 2 hours south of me, and he was on standby if it got bad, and he literally was on standby to shoot up there and come find me. And I appreciate that, Jerry. I wanted to say thank you so much for having my back on that night. And man, you was right there. I mean, you knew exactly where I was at. Very few people would actually know that area that well. Where does Bigfoot come into this? You know, I'm curious, because I know you're out in the woods a lot. You live out there. I mean, you're down in Antlers, Oklahoma, and I know you're dealing with them because we're dealing with down there ourselves. You know, my father is actually not very far from you right now. There's 3 troops running that area around Antlers, you know, that stretch. There's actually more than that, but 3 that I've dealt with. He's got a white scar down the side of his face, and he usually, if you see him, there's something going on. It's almost like there's a territorial battle going on in between his troop and the juveniles down there right now. So they're firing back and forth. And the reason I'm saying this is to let people know that area, even to all of us researchers that come into that area, is a fairly active area. I'd say it's almost as active as Upper Unbroken Bow Lake on the backside in between there and Arkansas. So my original question was, have you had any aggressive behavior in that area?
Not in this area, but I have in the Clayton, Oklahoma area, which is not maybe about 20, 30 miles from here.
Oh, yeah. I know Clayton real well. That matter of fact, Big Boy with the scar runs that area real well. Dad got drugged halfway down a ridge in a tent in Clayton, Oklahoma. It just ran up. His girlfriend was in it. And what's funny is it waited until I went to sleep right before dawn.
When they ask for proof, I keep telling people, we'll come to Antlers, you know. I'll take you right to them. I'll show you where they're at, or, you know, because I am from here. We're kind of like the guards here, you know, and I took a shot at one just to get them to lay down, because I didn't have a clear shot, but I had them on thermals, and just kind of leaning it out there and taking the best shot by looking at that thermal. They took cover after that. And so that gave me a little space to, you know, keep pulling back. But I knew my other friends were out there, and if I was to really start in with this, that, you know, they would have been killed easy. I teach the ancient histories and the ancient, you know, hieroglyphs and everything. And we see the mixture in the hieroglyphs in the Egyptian Dendra zodiac. And we also see it also in the Aztec sunstone. Their history is also in there about the mixing of the animal, mixing of the human, and how it made, you know, a Bigfoot. And then, you know, these it's just a mixture of animals and a mixture of human. So you're saying that
in your view, Sasquatch is a conglomerate of different, for lack of better terms, on scientific level, DNA structures, or different, you know, they're a mixture of other animals together.
Yeah, and if they would run a test like that, you know, we're testing for DNA of a serpent, testing for DNA of, you know, a land animal, or a ram, and we're also testing for DNA of a fish. You know, we're testing for DNA of a bird.
Yeah.
You know, they would run tests like that, these things would show up.
Well, that's, you know, we have ran DNA, and they come back inconclusive. They say that they're a certain percentage human and primate, but then they have other, you know, it's interesting that you say that, because we do have, you know, certain groups and people have produced that evidence for, you know, for in saying that they could be.
They're only a predator. And in our history, and in many tribes' history, you know, recounts, they're called the arrival of evil. But at that time, they didn't have, you know, the perfect human face. They had, you know, it was more of a disfigurement.
Yeah.
But we were also taught that they're cannibalistic, or they eat man, and that they have a bite like fire and paralyzing. You know, that's the same attributes also of a spider. We're taught that it's going to evolve.
So, as you heard, and this was before the Melba Ketchum DNA study, which I think she's doing a dogman study, which if she uses a spider sequence it's going to line up perfectly. But she's using the human genome sequence. That's what's throwing everything off. And that's why it doesn't make sense to her. Because she's getting DNA and she's talking like a monkey, bear, pig, man, or something like that. So she's using the wrong sequence. And I think Lee Tracker is mentioned it to her in a message to use a spider sequence, and it'll make perfect sense. But I don't think she's going to do that, because I think to her it wouldn't make, and that's why I said I think, because I'm not sure, that she wouldn't want to expose this or run a spider sequence, because if you find out that you've got a giant spider that looks like a man and is powerful and it's running around and consuming everything, laying traps everywhere, that's not a friendly thought. That's going to be out to the general public.
And now think about how they spider crawl. The Bigfoot's really the closest to the original spider plus man.
Yep.
It's the most spider-like. It literally spider crawls. It lays out it uses the spider webs. It lays out its blinds in a spider web pattern. Can you show the picture of War Chiefs? The illustration,
I can try this with moving short.
if we've got it. Look at the spider in this.
Well,
No,
this computer's going slow. It may have shown up on this one. Yeah, it's on that one, but not this one.
Okay.
Okay, but yeah, this.
And once you see that, you can't unsee it.
And you can tell by the no
Spider
neck.
with man.
Spider with man. Spiders don't have necks. Bigfoots don't have necks. Even though some of the hybrids kind of do, but not like a Bigfoot. And like you see the extended arms, the longer arms.
Disproportionate.
Look at a spider and look at their appendages. See if they don't have, those segments of it, those portions of it are different sizes.
To bite like fire.
Paralyzation, all that.
Attacked by pouncing.
Setting traps, drinking blood, eating everything, catching
Climbing,
everything,
hiding in the darkness.
going straight up mountains.
A lot of encounters, it tries to figure this out. Dogman is its own thing.
He says that as a fact. We're saying it has more canine features. And then you add all these monstrosities and you add in the mad scientists with the information that's come from the fallen angels on DNA mutation manipulation, and the military trying to create their super soldiers. So now throw all those into the cauldron as well.
A dogman is a hybrid of a Bigfoot. It's the same thing.
With canine qualities, wolf-like qualities.
Whatever birthed it was eating more wolves or more coyotes or more dogs. If it eats more aquatic like ducks, it's going to have wings. It's going to have webbed feet. It's going to have chicken feet. It's going to have beaks.
Bats it eats.
Yeah, and some of them have beaks. Bats, bat
Lizard-like.
wings. Whatever birthed it, its offspring through that spider DNA, through that spider sequence, is going to produce whatever DNA it is eaten. It's not, and nothing is going to be the same.
You don't see otter man in an area where there are no otters.
Yeah, or goat man, or what's it called? The Wendigo. They're not where the elk are not. Not where the big things are. They're deer woman, man bear pig, turtle frog Batman. All
Those are the food source in that area.
And we had a interview with some people, and they said it looked like a turtle, looked like it would have wings, and
We spent a long time drawing out that
And then we asked them, well, what animals are in that area? And they said, well, there's turtles that burrow into the side of the sand and they crawl, and there's some bats here, and there's frogs here, and human DNA, and
Everything that it looked like.
and we
And it jumped down. He got a very clear view of it. It jumped down right there where he was going to his car.
and that combination
Oh, yeah.
made a turtle, frog, bat, man. So it's
Not a separate species. It's not a type A this or a type 1 that.
and when people say type 1, type 2, they don't know what they're talking about. They don't know that the dog man is the same thing as a Bigfoot. The chupacabra is the offspring. The Wendigo is the same thing.
The important thing to know is that they're all predators. It doesn't matter if it looked like a
Yeah.
hyena or the wolf from The Howling.
Or a snake faced, or a beak faced. Hasn't been some beak looking things. There's some reports which some good friends of ours said it looked like an owl face, but it had the body of a snake. And it went up a tree, and they're shooting at it, and it went right up a tree and looked at them between the V, and they were shooting at it, couldn't hit it because it was going up or circling up like a snake would. And once they run out of ammo, they went inside and closed the doors and locked them. They didn't come out.
And that's the food source that's available in that area.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if it makes sense to you or not, or it seems logical or not.
And so this guy is, like we said, this is a good guy. He does good things
Yeah,
out there, but
yeah.
he's just not. He doesn't know
Well,
what.
he's probably never been exposed to this information before.
Yeah, that too. So also in the Prayer to Bigfoot Spiritual Warriors Path book, Bigfoot Gifters, and the Monster Spotters book. If you haven't been exposed to this, get these books, read them. They will give you knowledge that you've never had before about these predators.
We also have the playlist called Just the Basics. That one's on the Lead Tracker E Facebook page. It's on the Peculiar Path with Lead Tracker E playlist. It's in the playlist on this one also, I believe, in this channel. And then we have the Just the Basics, and also the Spider Squatch DNA playlist. Also, there's one that's specifically about the spider connection.
All that information has to be known to understand what you're dealing with.
And that's another thing, that once you see it, you can't unsee it. Once you see the spider in these things, you just like, oh, okay, well, now everything's starting to make sense.
And this guy here is saying the dog man is a whole different thing. No, it's not. Whatever birthed it was just eating more canine in that area. So there's wolves and there's coyotes. There's abundance because that's what they were eating. Just like this one right here. It was eating more cats in the area. Here's a close-up. It was just eating more cat.
We've seen some that look like giant rabbit.
We've seen some that look like skeletons. Seen some that look like kind of like a dinosaur. Seen some, like a rabbit. All different kind of DNA.
Pick a creature that God made, and there's some mutation of it.
There's a mutation of it. Yeah.
That came from these predators mixing DNA with them, and then also the assets that the military and the government pick their favorites, and then they take it a step further and call them assets and put tracking collars on them.
And if Josh knew what he was talking about, he would not say that this is a whole different thing, because it's exactly the same thing. The DNA of whatever birthed it was just eating more canine.
And they hunt the same. Their predatory patterns are the same. They select their victims the same. Their purpose is the same.
You'll find that information in that Prayer to Bigfoot Spiritual Warriors Path book.
That's what matters.
Yeah. Know that they're predators.
But I'm not an expert. I'm just somebody who's had a lot of encounters who tries to figure this out. Dogman is its own thing. I think people can go back and forth about Bigfoot, whether it's evil or good. Like, I mean, you can go either way because sometimes people have encounters that are good. Bigfoot helps them out, and then sometimes they're like mine. It was not a good encounter, but I think Dogman is just evil. I call him.
A predator is a predator.
Just like a predator person may groom someone for years before they actually attack. Or they may never attack certain people. It doesn't mean they're not a predator.
And a lot of times, whenever these Bigfoots are, like he said, helping them out, it's because they have offspring in that area, and they don't want anyone coming into those areas, so they'll
To expose them.
Yep, they'll bring you food. They'll make sure you get a deer. Or
Until then, your food in the pantry until one day.
They'll make sure you're anyone's lost finds their way back, or they'll help them. They don't want a search party in that area.
All of these things are a part of the beasts of the field. That when a great and terrible day of the Lord comes, that the restrainer will be lifted, and that's when the blood's going to be as high as a horse's harness. Was it as high as a horse's?
Bridle or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he doesn't know what he's talking about here because he thinks dogmen are different.
And he thinks that Bigfoot, some are good, some are bad.
Predator is predator.
Yeah. There's how many times have you heard about a person that is a predator, and they'll say, he was the nicest guy, he was a whatever. He was a pastor, he was a fireman, he was a cop, he was a this, a that, a teacher.
Yeah. And like a Marine says, it's all good till it isn't.
Until it isn't.
Until it isn't.
Period is what I call them. And I never thought I'd ever experience this. I mean, I just never thought in a million years that I would. But about 3.5 months ago, I had a guy come on the show. His name was Levon, and had a lot of weird stuff happen on his property. So I interviewed him in person, and he had some skinwalker activity. He had just a lot of strange stuff on the property. So I interviewed him, and then we went out to the property, and we didn't get there till about 6 o'clock, dusk, which looking back was probably
dusk. Very dangerous time.
Don't be going out there. That's when they come in to feed. If you know they're out there.
It doesn't mean they won't feed any time of day.
Yeah.
But that's, sometimes they're a little more. You get a little hungrier at lunch. You get a little hungrier.
But they also know that humans don't see at night.
Yeah.
So that's the best time to come in, look in your pantry, look at the, take a pat, mess with the livestock, find a missing person out there or someone trying to hide in camp or something. But so he knows that these things are out there. This guy's reporting and saying, I've got things out here. He goes out there with an open mind.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think is going to happen?
On the property. So I interviewed him, and then we went out to the property, and we didn't get there till about 6 o'clock, dusk, which looking back was probably really not smart. I should have planned that better.
Probably.
No, it was not smart. You don't go out there right before you give the predator the advantage.
Yeah.
Because his whole thing is like all this stuff starts happening at dusk, right?
You need to read our book.
He said that he was a cop that thinks one step ahead of what might happen.
And he says he knows patterns. Think about it.
So you're supposed to be looking ahead, not back. It's much safer.
I hope he reads our book someday.
We really do.
We
can't
really
put our link in his comments because they don't show up if we. It YouTube blocks it. It's not the content creator. It's not the channel that blocks it. It's YouTube itself.
And if any viewers out there that don't know this, buy this book, read it. We've lowered it to $20, make it more affordable to everybody.
People literally call it a handbook for this subject.
I would say just this past week alone, we gave 6 books away.
Yeah.
I think.
We're definitely not making a profit off them. And we hope to sell quite a few at the library.
We see that people need the information now, and we don't want to go say,
"Hey, well, if you got give them to everybody." We
wish we could, but
Yeah, if we could, we would. But
We'd like to have this book in everybody's hand
sure would.
to be safe out there. But we've gave more away than we've sold. I can guarantee
Yeah.
that. So
Yeah.
So we're out there on the property, and when you're in law enforcement, you learn to feel when things change. And if you've ever been in the woods, you can sense a shift. I don't know what else word to use with that, but so we're out there. It's in the middle of nowhere.
We would call that body's natural warning signs. That's also in the book. We always pay attention to those.
mhm.
The spirit body takes care of the physical body. The physical body takes care of the spirit body if everything's working correctly together.
If they listen to each other.
Yeah.
If the spirit body says, I don't feel good, I got a feeling, let's go.
Mm-hmm.
And then the physical body goes, let's go a little further and let's just see
Yeah.
what's going on. I'm
Second
just
guessing
feeling
yourself.
nervous, but I'm okay.
Yeah.
You know, physical.
That's when you get all that. Looking back,
Looking back, I should have left when my spiritual body said, I don't feel good, let's go.
or when somebody else with you, spiritual body was saying, I don't want to be here, let's go.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, come on.
Come on, let's go a little further. We're going to use you as bait. Come on.
Yeah.
And I got what I call like jello legs. Everything's just like, there's something off. You can tell.
Yeah.
Yellow legs.
So you got this. Why are you still there? Isn't there something, a word for that if you say the same thing at the same time?
I don't know.
It is.
Well,
Like,
we're in sync.
I forgot what they say, but you know,
But it ain't mind speak.
it ain't my speak.
It's just,
But your body is basically, and there was another one that we did a Watch on Wednesday on where her body was shaking, but she said, but I didn't feel nervous or anything, but my body was
my body was shaking.
shaking like crazy, convulsion,
But
ready
my
to
mind
run.
was trying to justify it or see it as kittens
I
or
couldn't see what's wrong, but the body goes, "There's a predator right there.
hello.
Let's go." And she
Your
said
job is to protect me.
her body was shaking all
I'm
over
willing
the
to
place.
get you out of here.
I'm telling you, let's go. And she goes, "Well, I'll just go look over here."
That's a gift from God. He talks about discernment and praying for discernment.
So his body's screaming at him right now. There's
If he was
something
a
here.
cop on the beat,
It's time to
what
go.
would he do? Would he just would he back out a little and watch, or would he go plunge it in?
I remember I seen a TikTok or something of some cops going out to a graveyard and I heard her scream.
Nah, they ran.
They turned around and took
They
off
see their
running.
body. They listen to their body.
They said, "That ain't human. I ain't got nothing to do with that. I'm
Nope.
out.
I'm
Not
out.
today."
Don't blame them.
So this guy's got a bad feeling. Now his legs are getting jittery
Jello-y.
and jello-y. It's time to go. Right there. It's time to go. Time to leave.
Tell that you're being watched. And I'm just out there filming and just
He's got the feeling he's being watched. Jello legs. His body's screaming at him.
He's continuing to film.
And he goes, and I'm just filming. You know, just
And
like
it's dusk.
it's just
And
like
there's a
that.
pattern of it.
Just like that girl, her body was shaking completely, and she's going, "Well, let me just go a little further and see." But her body wouldn't go further. It's like no.
Mhm.
And then she went in cramped up all night in a fetal position. because
Discernment's no good to you if you don't use it.
If you, yeah,
You don't
you're
pay
not going to
attention
use
to
it
it.
to discernment.
Don't pray for Holy Spirit protection if you don't
If you
listen.
you don't stay there. You go. Your body's saying it's time to go. There's something here.
Yeah, yeah.
It's time to
Oh,
go.
protect me, Lord. And Lord says, okay, get out.
Yeah.
And
So
you're like,
I'm telling you, go.
and you're like,
I just want to see what's over
just
his
a little
heel.
bit further. Just a little bit further.
I just want to see what those
I
ears
just got to
are.
get a good picture.
What's those ears? I'm gonna go. Is those the ears? So your discernment, you're throwing your discernment out the window.
Yeah, you're not paying attention to it. And if you don't listen to God when you ask Him to tell you something and you don't obey or listen to the Holy
Mhm.
Spirit, you will lose that connection. You won't have that protection. It's gonna be like, why bother? They don't
Wow.
listen anyway.
You
Like a
don't listen.
parent.
You don't listen.
I ain't telling you. You do what you want to.
And the body's going like, man, and the body will get sick too.
Yeah.
The body will just start convulsing and getting sick just because you're not listening to it. You're overriding it.
Yeah. Overriding is a good way to put it.
and I got what I call like jello legs. Everything's just like there's something off. You can tell that you're being watched. And I'm just out there filming and just got my camera filming different stuff. And I'm not trying to capture this thing. I didn't go look for it. So we're out there, and there's a spot we stopped at first, and then we went to this little cabin. And I set my camera on the ground, and we're walking.
Cabin in the woods.
You did go to look for it. That's
You
why
did
you're
go
out
to
there,
look
and
for
that's
it.
why you
That-
got your camera out.
Why you got the camera?
Why
Why
would
you
you
go to
bother
that
with the
spot?
camera if you weren't trying to get? Be honest with yourself now.
Yeah, you can lie to yourself, but we just heard you say we went out there because we knew it was out there.
Yeah.
That's where the activity was. So
That's why you're there.
if you're not looking for it, why would you go out to a place where there's activity with a camera
At dusk.
at dusk? That don't make no
And
sense at all.
ignore jello legs.
Ignoring your body
Feeling
shaking,
watched.
knowing you're getting
Oh
watched,
no, Josh.
but saying that you're not looking for it. I mean, then why do you got a camera? Why are you at this spot if you're not looking for something?
Yeah, just be honest with
Be-
yourself,
just
so you
be
can
honest.
correct and don't do it again.
Yeah.
I got what I call like jello legs. Everything's just like, there's something off. You can tell that you're being watched. And I'm just out there filming and just got my camera filming different stuff. And I'm not trying to capture this thing. I didn't go look for it.
Yes, you did.
So we're out there, and there's a spot
why
we
you're
stopped
out there.
at first, and then we went to this little cabin. And I set my camera on the ground, and we're walking and talking, and a couple weird things happen. Is I do video production. That's what I do, and so
A lot of, if there's a cabin and these things think that you're going to that cabin, it's called Cabin in the Woods. They will let you go to
They
that
make
cabin.
movies about it.
Yeah, they make movies about it. They will let you go to that cabin, and then they're going to surround that cabin. They know you got to come out, or you're going to get hungry, or you're going to starve to death in
How
there.
many stories has that happened in?
Yeah. And some
True
of them say,
stories.
we've got to make a run for it. You shouldn't be in the first place. And that's not a secure place, but they will let you go to that cabin that's isolated way out there in the woods because they've got traps already set up.
I know how to work this equipment, but all my audio stuff stopped, quit working. The battery's drained, which is kind of a telltale sign when something weird's going to happen.
So it's time to go.
That does happen. We've had that happen.
So how many warnings has he had?
4, 5.
At least 4 or 5 to go. To
I
not
wonder if he
go
knew
further.
right then that it wasn't working, or he set it on the ground and then continued forward. I guess he was trying to get a different kind of shot.
And he said that's a telltale sign.
Yeah, but I wonder if he saw that afterwards. And you think he knew that right then?
No, he said it went down and everything.
Yeah.
But he also said that's a telltale sign that something bad is about to
Yeah.
happen.
So you got that, the jello legs, the feeling watched.
Dusk, knowing that these things are there because
Mhm.
somebody took you to this property.
Mm-hmm.
They know something's there. They know something's going on.
You got to watch people. You never get a good deal. Never take a great deal on a cabin in the
On
woods.
land too, yeah. Somebody gives you a good deal on a
It's too
cabin
good
in the
to be
woods.
true. Pay a little more. Pay a little more. Or at least talk to the neighbors.
You talk to the neighbors.
How many stories start out like that?
I got a great deal on this property.
Yeah. I've
Yeah.
been there. I got a great deal on that land. Ooh.
And we've talked to people like that.
Oh, man.
Said, did you get a good deal on this land? I hope.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
oh, yeah, I got a good deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's because you got Bigfoot.
And there's people that'll resell the same property because when the people bail and leave everything behind because they're terrified, they got all that stuff, and then they can resell the property again. And you have to disclose ghosts, but you don't have to disclose
Bigfoot,
predator Bigfoots.
werewolves,
Yeah.
walking wolves. So he said,
Word to the wise.
that's a telltale sign something bad is about to
I
happen.
think
So,
there's about 5 things then.
so are you
Plus
leaving?
his cop instincts and his recognition of patterns and his discernment.
He's throwing everything out the window.
Yeah. It all
He should have
was
left
for
alone.
naught.
How can you feel bad about someone who ignored everything?
Don't feel bad. Just I don't think he's a bad guy. I think he just didn't think it through, but he will next time.
Yeah, he didn't think this through.
and doesn't need to give advice in regards to these kind of things. We do,
Anyone
Don't
who
do what
takes
I'm doing.
advice from him and listen to what he's doing and what he's saying,
yeah,
there's no way you would take advice from this guy because he's ignoring everything, all the
Yeah.
security, all the warning signs.
yeah,
You know, he's not saying that if this happens or if you feel
Get out
those
like our book
jelly
does.
legs. Yeah, our book tells you those things happen.
yeah, jello legs.
And we,
A cop with jello legs who's seen many things and experienced many things. They should have.
and
a little
know
bit-
something is bad about to
Uh-huh.
happen. We've actually had other people on different channels say, I know what Jerry would say.
Get out of there.
Get out of there. It's time to go.
Time to go. Why are you still there?
Why are you
We're not saying run. We're saying leave in a
calm,
calm and quick manner.
quickly manner?
Don't run like Craig.
Yeah, don't be prey. And go ahead and draw your security
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
and let these things know that you have protection. You know, even if,
I mean, this is besides the
And
spiritual
also-
protection.
and also pray.
Yeah, I was fixing to say rebuke. If that don't work, shoot.
Yep. Hey, that's a good saying.
You know,
That should be a t-shirt.
we're that's our idea.
Yeah. So if y'all hear it somewhere,
Rebuke
again,
first, shoot later.
rebuke,
If that don't
not
work.
shoot.
Yeah.
Camera sitting flat on the ground. I've got a really wide base. Something ticks my camera over. You can see it tilt over while we're talking. The audio cuts out. So all this stuff's happening. And my brain's like, hey, something's wrong. You need to.
Okay.
He said, my brain saying, you need to
Something's
leave.
wrong. You need to leave.
All right.
Ground. I've got a really wide base.
What's it about? After about the fifth sign,
6 now, I think.
6, and now, yeah, even his brain is saying it's time to leave.
Literally.
I literally have to say it. The brain, the body is actually talking to him. It is time to leave.
Get out.
Get out of here. He says he doesn't know sign language.
It's not like he's wondering if something is there because he already knows something is there. That's why this guy's got him there.
The body said he don't know sign language. You're gonna have to tell him.
Yeah, he literally, the guardian angel is saying, listen.
It is time to go.
Something kicks my camera over. You can see it tilt over while we're talking. The audio cuts out. So all this stuff's happening. And my brain's like, hey, something's wrong. You need to leave. Something's wrong. So we're sitting there talking, and he's like, hey, man.
So we sit there and we continue to talk,
So we're sitting there talking.
boil up some tea.
After his his body actually
Said it
said,
at least twice because he said it twice.
yeah, he says time to leave. It is time to leave. So we're sitting there talking.
Going,
We
you
start a
think it's time to
campfire.
leave?
We start a campfire. We,
Camera won't work. It's almost dusk.
yeah,
or
we're
it
not
is
able.
dusk.
We're not able to film anything. So how
There'll
about
be no evidence.
how about those Cowboys? How about that Rams?
Which I'm not here to collect evidence anyway, so it don't matter. We've had our
Because that's not why
cameras
they're there.
the
That's
film
not why
be
they're there. They
completely
didn't
black.
Yeah, that's not why they're there.
Yeah, that's not why they're there.
They're not
anyway,
looking
so it
for
doesn't
anything.
matter.
They're not looking for anything. So cameras don't matter. But
Just happened to be there at dusk.
hey, did you see that movie last week? And the body's still
We're
screaming
both
at you.
talking about my legs feel like jelly. Do
Yeah,
yours?
man, I wish we would have
Like
brought
Jell-O?
some cheesecake or something with us. Do you got anything to eat? Man, hey, let's smoke
Wish
a
we had some
cigarette.
bacon.
Yeah, some steak. We should. How about let's break out some charcoal?
We weren't going to make fun of them. But come on.
Come on,
Josh.
Josh. The body's saying, go, get out of there. And you're saying, so we're sitting there talking.
About
and-
which one of us is the most afraid.
Yeah, let's see what it was.
So all this stuff's happening. And my brain's like, hey, something's wrong. You need to leave. Something's wrong. So we're sitting there talking, and he's like, hey, man, it's probably time to go. And I'm like, yeah.
He said that?
The other guy
The
said
other
it
guy
too.
said that.
So that's what, 8?
So his brain told him at least twice it's time to go, but it took the other man going, let's go.
Let's go, slapping him around. Go.
I've been here. This is what I was telling you about.
And he said,
But you wanted to come out here at dusk.
he said, so we're sitting there talking, and the other guy says,
It's time to
it's
go.
time to go.
Yeah.
I don't know how many it's time to go.
Something's
Do
telling
you
me
have to-
it's time to go.
How many do you have to? How many?
Here's your sign.
Here's your sign. I wish they had a sign at the gate. That, do not come in here. There are things here that will mess with you. and eat
Especially
you.
at dusk. What was that movie? I'd turn around if I were you.
I would
What
turn
was
around.
that? Was that Wizard of Oz? I'd turn around if I were you.
Stay on the path.
Okay. keep
So
going.
now the other guys actually tell them to go too.
This is the guy that knows what's up out there.
So this is about 8
And we
warning
need to go and-
signs. About 8 warning
Flat on the
signs.
ground. I've got a really wide base. Something kicks my camera over. You can see it tilt over while we're talking. The audio cuts out. So all this stuff's happening. And my brain's like, hey, something's wrong. You need to leave. Something's wrong. So we're sitting there talking, and he's like, hey, man, it's probably time to go. And I'm like, yeah, we need to go. And so we took 2 vehicles, and he gets in his truck, and I say, hey, man, I'm going to stop and take a leak before we go. And so I'm over to the
Oh my goodness!
So
You're
the
gonna
other
do
guy
what?
wants to go. He's going to stop me. And I don't understand why people say take a leak, because you're not taking one with you. You're leaving one there.
Leaving one
I
there.
don't understand why I don't say leave a leak.
Leave a leak.
But that's neither here nor there.
So the body is screaming at him.
Let's go. And he says, but wait, I got
The mind is screaming
Sure,
at
yeah,
him.
you bet he's got to pee, because he's
His
fixing to
friend
be so
is yelling
scared
at
he's
him.
gonna wet his pants.
And he said, "Hold
I
on,
gotta go. I have to go when I get
I'm
nervous
gonna go to the
too.
bathroom."
He's really nervous. He thought this would be a good time. People carry something in you. If you feel you're in danger, whatever. Pee your pants if you can't hold it any longer, and clean up when you get home. Whatever.
Yeah.
Just keep moving. Don't. Yeah, we've talked about that.
Passenger side of my
vehicle. They go out by themselves to go pee.
Don't come back. And this guy, now every warning sign, even the other guys yelling at him, it's time to go.
If he'd
He's
left
going,
half an hour ago, he wouldn't have to go to the restroom yet.
and he goes, "Well, hold on, I want
He'd
to
already
use
gone.
the bathroom."
Wait, hold up.
Yeah.
So I'm going to isolate myself.
And the other guy,
He's probably already booking down. the
I
road.
done been at the truck. I'm like, "You want to stay here?
Well, they're in 2 separate vehicles.
Well, I'll meet you down the hill.
Yeah. See you at the house.
You can film all you want."
I don't know why they didn't drive together,
I don't either.
but I bet the other
this stuff's
guy's glad.
happening.
Yeah.
My brain's like, hey, something's wrong. You need to leave. Something's wrong. So we're sitting there talking, and he's like, hey, man, it's probably time to go. And I'm like, yeah,
Did you see him gulp?
Yeah.
we're sitting there talking, and he's like, hey, man, it's probably time to go.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I
yeah,
heard
we need
it.
to go. And so we took 2 vehicles, and he gets in his truck, and I say, hey, man, I'm going to stop and take a leak before.
He's already.
So he didn't even get in his truck. The other guy got in his truck, and
The other guy's already in his truck. He said,
Yeah.
"I'm in my
he says,
vehicle.
before I get in my truck, I want to linger a bit.
Yeah, I wanna hang out some more." Even though everybody's screaming at me.
You know what?
about
I
it,
carry an empty coffee can, the big Folgers, like the large size coffee can in the truck for just such emergencies.
Just such emergency.
And if
just
you're a
in
guy,
case.
it's a whole lot easier on you.
Yeah. This guy.
we go. And so I'm over to the passenger side of my vehicle, and there's a trick.
He's not even.
He's on the far side of his vehicle.
He's
He hadn't even
not-
gotten his vehicle yet. No, he's
He's
still
on the
lingering
other
there in
side of the
truck.
vehicle.
Yeah.
He's not where he could jump in, start the car, and go.
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
My goodness. Oh my goodness.
We would say, if he absolutely had to do it, and we see no reason why, start the car, leave that passenger side open so you can jump in there and go if you need to.
Yeah.
Line probably 30 yards, 20 yards from me off to the left. So I'm doing my thing, and I look up, and over there, standing there, is this black creature.
Come on, Josh.
Now, I've seen Bigfoot before. This was not that. And it was like about 6 foot tall. probably. And this thing is breathing, and it has this up and down breathing motion, and its back's to me, right? It's kind of caught to the side, jet black hair, got pointed ears. And I'm like, this can't be what I'm seeing. There's no way. So I'm seeing it.
I hope he didn't say, hey.
He's second guessing himself again.
I hope he didn't try to get his attention or contact it or
I
make
don't think so. I think he's just trying to finish going to the restroom because now he's in quite the pickle.
He should.
He's going to the restroom and sees this monstrosity.
That's 50 yards away, which would be
30
there
yards.
30 yards. His friends in the car going, I'm leaving, Josh.
30 yards away and to the left, and we talk about on the left-hand side.
Yep, to the left-hand side. That's in
Left side, death side, west side, killers.
West Side Killers in the
That's the
Prayer
most
to
likely
Bigfoot.
side to get attacked from.
Prayer to Bigfoot and the Spiritual Warriors
Not that
Path.
they won't attack you from every side to end above and
That's
below,
on page
but-
76.
But the left side is the most.
It's called the West Side Killers.
Yeah.
Read that section and you'll understand why.
And the thing cocks its head and looks at me. And one thing that happens to a lot of police officers, we trauma dump.
Well, wait a
As
second.
soon as stuff's happening,
Wait a second. He said its back was to him. He said his back was to him and he was breathing. He was looking at its back, right? And you could see the pointy ears, and it cocks its head and looks at him. So did it spin its head around? Did it turn completely around and look at him? Was it looking at the other guy first and then back at him? I have questions. We can hear the gulping on the microphone now. We've got to not gulp so loud.
Okay.
right, it's kind of caught to the side, jet black hair, got pointed ears. And I'm like, this can't be what I'm seeing. There's no way. So I'm seeing it. And the thing cocks its head and looks at me. And one thing that happens to a lot of police officers,
I don't know how many warnings. This is like about 9, 10. It's time to go. I hope. Oh my goodness. You know, if anything was to have happened, I don't know whose fault it is.
None but his own.
Nothing but his own. You know, whenever we've been out in the field and we just got that feeling, we've drawn our protection and we've backed out.
It's been a rare occasion that we've.
And there was a Bigfoot that followed us out, a big black one. But we just had that feeling.
And
It
paid
was-
attention
It
to
was
it.
time to go.
And when there it was in the woodland.
And this guy, Josh, that's at least 10 warning things. And he's actually now laying eyes on it.
And as a cop and a protector, he should have already been telling that other guy, I got a bad feeling we need to go. He should have been in charge like that, leading them out.
Yep.
So it's great that he helps people with their trauma, and he's about to talk about trauma, but it's not great that he would give advice.
Yeah. This is
Don't do what he's doing.
no, if you get that feeling, go, leave. It's okay. Find another campsite.
Yeah.
Find another area. Don't
Leave your cameras out there and you go.
Yep, don't
you're trying
force it.
But they're not trying to collect evidence.
No, that's not what they were. They weren't looking for it. They didn't bring a camera because they weren't looking for it, or out there at that spot where it's at. So
trauma dump. As soon as stuff's happening, our brain will bury trauma so we can do what we have to do. So I've got some gaps in my memory from the time that I leave there till I get in my truck. Later on, I had this come back to me, and
he calls it trauma dump, but also that's when your mind can't handle what it's seeing,
Yeah.
and it will blank out
Block
like
it out.
yeah, it'll block it out. It may come back when you're in a safe area
Mhm.
and secure, but he's making it sound like, oh, we're trained to just know. Your brain saying, I'm looking at something I don't want to look at,
Yeah.
and so
I've already
since you're
been
not leaving.
scared spitless for the last 30 minutes.
And since you're not listening to me, and I can't handle this. And that's the body saying, I can't handle what I'm looking at. and it will blank out. It will blank.
So now we know that's called trauma dumping.
It's not called trauma dumping. It's called the. That's what he's calling it.
That's
But
what cops call it.
that's what cops call it. But what it is your body can't handle what it's looking at, and they'll like, let's go. I don't want to look at this. I can't handle this. This is something
I
real.
can't believe that I'm still here when I
I
should
can't
have left
believe
30
I'm
minutes
here
ago.
with this guy.
I should be with that other guy
Yeah, in the car, ready
as
to go.
opposed to standing here with my pants unzipped.
Just looking at it.
He's giving it time to look back at me.
Oh my goodness.
I remember reaching for my duty weapon, but it wasn't there.
Uh-oh! Uh-oh!
You
You're not
are
on duty, but is there anything to keep you from being armed?
But
Just as
his mind is
man out
somewhere
there?
else.
Yeah, that was body memory. But he should have had something on him
If you
to go out there where he knows this is happening. He should have been armed.
your
He's
mind
trained.
is panicking right now.
Oh, sure.
And he may right now he's talking not like if you would have talked to him right at that time,
Oh,
it
terrified.
wouldn't have been like he's talking now.
Sure.
But when you're reaching for a weapon that you don't have because you had a memory of 30 years ago or whatever, that it was there, your body is petrified and so terrified, it's looking for any kind of protection. It's ready to go. And this person isn't listening to it.
Yeah.
They should have been out of there a long time ago when I first
Should have done been gone.
just done been gone. If not, I don't understand why people do that stuff. You're jeopardizing your own life and you're jeopardizing whoever's with
For
you
nothing.
by staying there, because most of the time they're not going to just leave you.
Although in the case of the guy from the interview earlier, he'll bail on you.
Who?
Spikes.
Oh yeah, he'll bail on you. He bailed on some other campers. But that's a lot. I mean, a lot of people won't do that, but you're also jeopardizing those people
Absolutely.
by staying there because they won't leave you.
That's what I'm saying. He should have been the leader as
He
a
should
cop
have- he
to
should
get
have-
that other guy.
I don't feel good. Let's go.
Mhm.
A long time ago, and he's still going. He's throwing every warning sign. He's actually seeing this thing, and he's still there.
And
Now his mind is somewhere else.
yeah.
That's
He's
when your
going,
mind can't handle it.
What have I gotten myself into?
That's when your mind can't handle it.
A cop anymore. So I went for that. I didn't have it. I went and got in my car. I went to start my Forerunner, and the second
He said his Forerunner.
Yeah, that's not a car.
He said car.
Is a Forerunner like a small
He said
truck?
passenger side.
A small truck?
I don't
Okay.
know. I get in the wrong car at the parking lot. If it's red, if it's red and it's a truck, I can't tell you how many times
Heard that honk.
I've surprised people.
They're like, these prices are ridiculous. They're going, okay.
I put my hand on my steering wheel, I hear mind speak, which that sounds absolutely crazy. I never thought I'd ever experience that, but I hear these three words: I see you, just like that. Was not.
Yeah.
Your mind is not controlled.
Protected.
It's not protected. It's wide open.
You don't listen to it anyway.
Your mind's screaming, and it's open like a book. Matter of fact, your mind probably already left.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, I'm out. You go stay here by yourself.
You don't even, you know.
You don't listen to us anyway.
My voice was not me. It felt, I felt violated, right? Like I didn't feel like that was not my voice. And so I instantly turned around, and it was probably 5 minutes.
You turned around.
He's still there for 5 minutes.
So is he not in the vehicle? He's got his hands on the steering wheel. He turned the car around? What did he turn around?
Let me see.
His body or his
It
vehicle?
was not me. It felt, I felt violated, right? Like I didn't feel like that was not my voice. And so I instantly turned around, and it was probably 5 minutes or so to the gate. It was a locked gated property. So I I'm going and I roll all my windows up. I lock my doors. But with the Forerunner, you know, they have a back sliding window, right? Yeah, that was down the whole time. I didn't realize that until I got out of there, that whole thing was down the whole time. But this thing would come about 10 feet away from me, pace me, and then walk back out. It did that the whole time out. So I get out. Levon's getting out of his truck. And I'm like, hey, man, I didn't even remember what I told him. I just was so shook up.
Wow.
That's what we said. His mind couldn't handle it. He don't even remember what happened. And he's talking, well, ago he goes, it was called trauma dumping. No, your mind couldn't handle what it was seeing, and it's seeing a predator, a man-eater, that could take you whenever it wanted to.
And so was Levon already at the gate? He was gone? He was letting this guy go to the restroom and he headed out and meet you at the gate?
If I was Levon, I'd be like, close that gate when you come out. I ain't got a weapon and I ain't waiting.
Did Levon see the
Oh no, he don't know.
thing?
He don't know. He'll remember what he said to him. So that means he's got a lot of blank spots because his mind was going, I can't handle this. I can't handle what you just got us into.
Pace me and then walk back out. It did that the whole time out.
They
So
still
I get
don't-
out. Levon's getting out of his truck. And I'm like, hey, man, I didn't even remember what I told him. I just was so shook up. And so the weird thing is, to me, another weird thing is there's no cell phone service out there. About 30 minutes into that trip, you lose cell phone service. Like nothing. I get in my Forerunner. You know, we lock the gate. I wait there with him. We leave. I get a text that says, are you okay? Just randomly came through. I called the person. I talked to them the whole way out, the whole way home. Total weird. I don't understand what to do with that. But I just can tell you for 3 weeks, not 3 weeks, for 3 days, I couldn't sleep. And I was with a client about 4 or 5 days later. He didn't know what's going on. And he's like, man, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? And I don't get shook up.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, you do.
Clearly you do.
You lose your
Because
mind.
that's what you call trauma dumping, right?
You lost your mind. You can't remember what you said. You can't.
People always say, I don't get afraid. I don't get shook up. But right before they tell a story about how
Right before they,
after,
how they got
they
shook
talk
up,
about how
scared.
shook up and how scared. Maybe it takes a lot to shake me up, but
You can't get shook
you
up.
can't get shook up.
Yeah.
Everyone can.
Well,
Everyone but Jerry Williams can.
there you go. Hey. And the trackers.
And the trackers. Me too.
We train for this. We expect the worst. Pray for the best.
But in the past, I have gotten shook up.
But this guy right here,
Before proper training.
there you go. But he said, I don't get shook up, but I was shook up. Wait.
And I
what?
was with a client about 4 or 5 days later. He didn't know what's going on. And he's like, man, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? And I don't get shook up. I'm just, you ask anybody, I'm a steady, even killed guy. But it really shook me up. And it was.
That does make us laugh because we hear that a lot.
Oh, we hear it all the time. I don't get scared, but I was scared.
And we ain't saying there was anything wrong with you. You know, that was
Yeah.
a natural reaction. Your body wanted you to be
Your body wanted you to leave
cautious to go.
hours ago,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you wouldn't be
It
going
wanted
through
you
this.
to, yeah.
It was trying to protect you, and you overrid it.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have this trauma. You wouldn't have this
Yeah.
experience
3 days of nightmare.
if you
3
listen
days
to
of
your.
sleeplessness. Is that what it was?
Yeah, couldn't sleep for 3 days.
When it had already got in his mind too.
Yeah, it's still in his mind. He hadn't shook it off.
He said, I see you.
He hadn't asked Jesus and God,
Saw him
Take
the
it.
whole time.
so it's still there. So I mean, I don't care what he's saying now. It's still there because he hadn't.
He's
Gotten
still,
rid
you
of
can
it.
tell he's still processing it. you know?
Yeah, you can see it in his eyes right there.
Yeah.
He's still there. It's still there. I don't get shook up, but I was shook
What's
up.
wrong with you? I don't get shook up. I'm just, you ask anybody, I'm a steady, even killed guy. But it really shook me up. And it was completely different than any of the Bigfoot stuff I had. Like, my Bigfoot encounters, there was a
Hold on, let me hear what he says.
really shook me up. And it was completely different than any of the Bigfoot stuff I had. Like my Bigfoot encounters, there was a lot of, I don't even know what word to use, like primal fear. More than that, I could tell this thing hated me. It was not happy that I was there, but this was different. So I think they are different. I don't know what the
He said
correlation is.
horrified. Earlier he said horrified.
And he also said, I think,
Yeah.
just then.
It's just that was a further back memory and this was more recent.
Yeah. And so now he's saying, I think, and I hate to hear what he's about to say. When they say, I think, because that means they're about to come up with some conclusion when they don't know even anything about what's going on.
He's still trying to figure it out.
So we'll hear him. Let's go ahead and hear what he thinks.
I could tell this thing hated me. It was not happy that I was there, but this was different. So I think they are different. I don't know what the correlation is, but I just know from my perspective, Dogman's pure evil, and hopefully I never see it again.
So the thing that absolutely hated you and was looking at you and made you want to go get the shotgun, that wasn't evil?
No, that was a cool one.
That was somewhat evil.
That was a good one.
This one's pure evil.
Even though it said horrified him.
Yeah.
Now this one is the one that tracked you.
Pure evil.
And it was his own fault.
Played with him.
Played with him. Got in his mind. Well, this guy's doing that.
Yeah.
Everything in his body, everything. Even though the guy said, let's get out of here. And he's going, well, hold on. I need to go pick some flowers. And I need to see what. Is this a cricket? I don't know. Let me see if I can find a worm. I'll be just a minute.
I'll be along.
The other guy's going, let's go.
I'm at the gate. Creeping his horn.
I'm about to leave you.
About to lock you on the other side of the gate.
So another weird thing that happened is I live above a coffee shop, a really cool studio spot. It's a big loft apartment, 3 huge windows, and the building was probably built in the 50s, and so it's really tall, and the windows are really tall, and they're big windows, and spent a lot of time in there, and there's never been a handprint on the window. There's never been anything like that. But about a week prior to this,
Yeah.
I'm sitting there watching TV, and the window's back behind my TV, and I look, and there's an abnormally large handprint plastered on the outside of that window. A week before I saw this thing. So if you take that and the fact that it's...
Uh-oh. Here comes the conclusion of totally non-related things. We're going to build something here.
There's more than one.
There's more than one, and there's things in your city. There's things in town.
Absolutely. Because he's marked.
And they're looking in windows. They're looking into everybody's windows who leave those curtains open.
They do. They absolutely do.
If you leave those curtains
that was
open.
one thing that was cool is the librarian today told us that she'd read ever since reading our book, she started covering her windows at night, making sure that they're covered.
Yeah.
We're so happy that she listened to that.
That's very important because they will watch from a distance, and if you leave those open, they're going to come right up when they know you're asleep. They're going to come right up and look. And
can you tell how long we are on time?
3.5 hours.
3.5. Okay.
We better close it down.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and close it down. It's a handprint that he sees, and he's going to relate it to everything and say that they're all the same.
If that happened before that, he thinks it's the same creature that sees him,
and it's not the same creature.
Same abomination that sees them, and there's so many of them.
Yeah, it's not the same one, and he's going to say that it is the same one. And it's not
Get our book. Get our book. We'll run through the comments. We don't have to read every single one. Just pull out a few. And then we'll close it for the night.
Yeah, because
we're glad he's okay. Seems like a nice guy. I hope he listens to what his body's trying to tell him more sooner.
Yeah, we're going to hit the lights. And yeah, he's going to come to some far-fetched conclusion, try to relate them all.
Which they are all related.
Yeah.
But they're not all, it's not just one creature.
Not just one following him around. There's multiple out there. They're everywhere, every town.
And they'll follow him, and they'll follow the other guy, and the next guy, and then anyway.
this one off. And then put it on one screen. I guess that'll work. There we
Which camera
go.
are you looking at? What I do to my hair and look at it.
You're probably going, this
I
guy.
did a couple times.
This guy.
Actually. Okay.
Yeah.
Should we just close it up?
Yeah, because I can't.
Okay, we're just going to close it up. It's been 3.5 hours. We missed your comments.
I think everybody was just listening and
Okay.
doing good. So,
Thank you for being here tonight. We hope you learned a lot and that you listen
listen
to your
to
spirit body and to the Holy Spirit. And
every warning that you get. Listen to it. It will
You got nothing
save
to
your
prove.
life. Nothing to prove. There's nothing wrong with leaving a dangerous
you
situation.
should.
Especially if everyone's telling you it's time to go. I mean, the body will tell you, your mind will tell you. The guy with you told him.
Your guardian angel.
The
Your
Bigfoot
Holy
or
Spirit.
the wolf dog man that was there, that's basically saying it's time to go or it's time to eat. It's one of the two. What do you want to do? You want to stay and eat, or you
Yeah.
want to go? It's
Yeah.
so many warnings that were overlooked, overridden, which caused trauma, which caused the
Unnecessary trauma.
mind. Didn't have to go through that.
He didn't have, yeah. That's the thing. It can be avoided.
That's it.
Get our books. Come to our book signing at the library if you're in the area. If you know this man, make sure that he knows about our books. He just doesn't know what he doesn't know. You don't know till you know it.
And listen to your body. Listen to the warning signs.
Don't give advice to people until you know.
Until you know.
So
Let me see if this gets loaded again, or I'm going to have to use this one.
you say print and close. Yeah.
If I can get. Oh, let's do.
Malcolm says, was good seeing y'all. Take care, trackers, and be careful. Listen to what your body is telling you. Absolutely. Ivy's here. Hey, Ivy.
Malcolm said, hopefully we'll see us Saturday. We hope to see you
Yay.
there.
Good.
Ivy is here saying TY. With
I know there
best-
were some comments from Bernard earlier, but we didn't get a chance to read them.
Tracker Lawrence says, everybody have a blessed night and good night, trackers, and amen.
So we'll go ahead and say a prayer. It's been 3.5 hours. We usually try to make it not last over 3, but
yeah,
that's enough for the night. Thank you, Lord, for keeping your children safe in spite of themselves, in spite of ourselves. And Lord, just let people recognize the predators when they see them, and listen to you, who tells us that we have to be wiser, we have to pay attention, we have to be vigilant, and not be walking into these traps, Lord, and that we should be listening to you. We can't pray for discernment and then not listen to it when you're telling us something, Lord. Thank you for all the ways that you warn us. Thank you for the greatest tracker book ever written, which is the Holy Bible. Thank you for allowing us just to be a part of your plan, Lord. We love you. In the name of your Son, Yeshua. Amen.
Amen. All right, everyone have a great night, and we'll see y'all again very, very soon.
Bye. God bless and good rest.
That computer went down.
So we're on our way in a snowstorm to go try to find someone who's lost in the woods. Y'all say a prayer.